And there we are. And as predicted, you can only see the heads of both me and Robin because of the camera and what. Oh, now we see Robin's whole face. There we... Give me a second to fix that.
Fix it! I thought you were going to put that over by Sombra's butt. Yeah. I thought you were going to cover that up.
Nah, I'm just going to put it right there and just everybody gets to see my bald head.
Okay. Excellent.
It's this forehead shot tonight.
There's the rest of me. Evening, everybody. Welcome to another session of Original Box Set. And tonight we will be picking back up our Shadowrun game. On November 18th of 2018, we had our last 2018 game. And it was rather exciting due to exterminating a lot of crap going on in regular life. We have not been able to catch the podcast up for at least 2 to 3, maybe 4 episodes. And we greatly apologize about that. And things have changed. And so now we should be heading back in a normal production direction. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I'm Max, the game master of this Shadowrun game. And I have with me Jay, who will be playing Gears.
Hello.
Robin, who will be playing Li Hua. Li Hua. She's going to fix it every time. I'm terrible with names.
Yep.
John, who is playing...
Well, Nemo. Let's just stick with Nemo.
We can go back to Nemo. Nemo's good. John playing Nemo. And Sarah playing Zamora. Yep. I'm happy to bring the game back on. A lot of people, my players themselves, have expressed their excitement to get back to this game. I am, of course, excited for another round of Shadowrun. I hope you guys are excited to... Yep, Radio says he's excited. That's great. So, we're going to do a quick catch-up. If you did not see the last game session, I apologize. When we get the podcast up, you'll be able to catch up. So, this is a brief summary. The job was finished, and Jessica had been taken care of. The group were summoned by Lucky to a Safehouse, to where he was going to view the tape in question. A little bit of intimidation there. Everybody was kind of worried because he would be bringing some of his own guys. And so they showed up with the tape. They hung out. He watched it. At the same time, there was some sort of altercation between him and his significant other, in which ended with him ending the relationship. And it was a rather dramatic fallout that left both Jessica and Lucky despondent and sad. Lucky, of course, seeing that this was the right thing to do because Jessica went to Vegas. The previous episode, Lucky had gone to Vegas with Sunny in the attempts to make contacts, contracts, and gather goods. Well, that's fine and all, but it was not supposed to have any other added crap going on. And Jessica, on the other hand, thought that they had gone off to Vegas to, well, do extracurricular activity. She was wrong because Sunny and Lucky have a very strong friend relationship.
Platonic.
And it's business. It's not platonic. It's all business. And that was a tense situation as well. So the group resolved their job with Lucky. They got paid handsomely. And then shortly after, the partying began. Woo, let's go to the island. Let's drink. Let's have some fun. Let's let our hair down. And the partying began. Not for everyone, though. Alan ran into some troubles very quickly. As Alan had contacts with both Lone Star? Or was it Knight Errant?
Lone Star. No, it was one...
Kagami and Lone Star, I do believe.
Yeah. No.
Kagami and Knight Errant. I apologize. Kagami and Knight Errant. As Alan had contacts in both, Alan got dragged into the investigation for the missing CEO, which led to some pretty tense situations. And also the interview with Valentine, the Evo wanted to get involved with Valentine, who was Alan's character's significant other, and it turned out that her father came into the picture. And then there was tension as a police investigation and it was bugging and chasing and running and wiping of phones, and there was a bit of a panic, and mages were going to be sent in, and Alan was able to luckily slip away into some caves that lead into the sewers of Seattle. Nemo wasn't as lucky as well. The only person who came out was Zamora. She had no problems at the last game session. She got paid, went out and get drunk, and had fun.
Yep.
Yeah, but you guys didn't have brain tumors.
Yes,
so.
That's right. The last story was definitely about you having a brain tumor. Let's not forget, she had a 16-year-old cut a chunk of meat out of her head, and her you still have the data jack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have
I still have data jack.
But
I also might have an alternate background, so fun for Sarah.
So Nemo got contacted by Chris about a job opportunity. When he went out to where Chris was located at, he found Chris in a home that belonged to somebody, and Chris was dead in the chair with an Italian necktie. There was a message attached to Chris that said, "We know." It was written in Chinese, and so it's the only assumption is that the Tong know, because it was a picture of the place he was staying and the phrase "we know." And so Google Translate told him what it meant, and we went from there. Lastly, Gears trying to resolve an issue that Trixie was having. Recently, Trixie, his significant other. And see, this is why players should always have family members, so that the game master has something to work with. Trixie became pregnant. Of course, she had a device that was supposed to keep that from happening, and it failed. And so now she was with child, and of course, being that her profession by trade is a prostitute, being pregnant was not part of the goal of what she wanted. So she sought out help. And how many times did it was the operation on the last game session was the third attempt to resolve second attempt. So this was so she took some pills to resolve the issue, and it didn't resolve. The pills failed. So she wanted to take it a step farther and seek out a doctor to help get the issue resolved. Needless to say, it did not get resolved, as a high security detail team busted into the medical facility, the women's health clinic, and raided the joint. And Trixie and Gears hauled ass and got away. I think that pretty much catches everybody up to where we were at on the last game session. Did anybody have any questions for me, just to make sure? Jay?
No, I'm good.
Sarah? John?
So Chris's body had a picture of the place where I've been staying.
Yes.
Excellent. I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. And in Chinese characters, it says "we know."
Yep.
All right. Now, Robin's new character that she's got, we'll introduce it as the story goes along. So, I don't feel, since you guys are on one side of the story watching us tell the story, I'm going to make it be a surprise. You're going to get the opportunity. It's going to rise up. You're going to be like, oh, hey, look, Robin's part of it, and this is what she's doing. So sit back, enjoy, and we'll go start from there. Jay, you're the first person I want to talk to about what Gears and Trixie are going to be doing, because we can take 10 minutes after the scenario, we can take 10 days after the scenario, and I will leave that to you to make a decision of where we want to pick up with Gears at.
I would say we could do like a day after.
Okay. Right after the incident, where did you guys go off to?
Um, Drove around town a little bit, just tried to make sure no one was following me, and then went back to our place.
You were being followed.
Okay, and I noticed that they were following me.
Yes, aerial drones, 2 of them were trying to in hot pursuit of you.
Okay, and do I lose them? Do I need to?
There's no dice rolls
we
at
need
this
to-
point in time. We're assuming that this has already happened. That's your call if you've lost them or not. I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I would have used my aerial drone to shoot them down.
Yeah, not a problem. Do some collateral damage. These guys busted in and ruined your day. Time to ruin their day and cost them some new yen, some cashola.
Yeah.
So you destroyed these 2 drones, and they weren't like military drones. They were just little aerial drones with cameras, long range, powerful batteries enough to get a great distance. So they were meant to just follow you at it and probably be undetected.
And the guys that raided the place, were they like local police?
They were a security force.
Private police?
They were a private police force of some type, a security force that were unmarked. So technically, they could have been a band of terrorists or another government coming in without any markings on. Armored guys with guns and armored vehicles driving around the city unchecked. I mean, they had to come from somewhere.
And while they were chasing us inside the hospital, I remember they specifically were called out, "There she is,"
There
or
she
something
is.
like that.
Yeah, they said, there she is. Turn on your safe shot, which your character knows what safe shot is. Safe shot is a program that you can run on Guns with Smart Gun Link that you pick a person that you can see, and whenever you start spraying, you're not going to hit them.
Okay.
So they picked someone, and then the doctor's head exploded, so that counted out the only other female in the room. Unless for whatever reason they thought you were a she. I don't
Right.
see the spiky hair really wouldn't.
No.
So
So yeah, that's about it. I just drove home after I destroyed their drones.
all right.
I may have had some questions for her.
Sure, what are they? What would they have been?
Why would these people be after you? Do you know?
And of course, this is emotionally she's charged, crying. I don't know. She has no knowledge of who these people are. She doesn't know any corporation or who these. What she does for a living does not warrant a tactical unit in heavy armor to kick open the door of a women's health clinic to try to stop her from being a prostitute. There's other ways to deal with it. Ladies get picked up all the time.
I'll let her know. I understand. I understand. We'll figure this out.
So you wait a day, or we move on to the next day, and so you and Trixie are in your hangout in your safe house in the Barrens. Car's fine. It didn't get shot up, and if it did, it wasn't any lasting damage that you can find. The protective armor on the outside is really good. Only thing that would, like right now, as far as you stand, it's flooded in the Barrens, so the bus is not running. There are no vehicles going in up at the street, so it's pretty private right now in your neck of the woods. To boot, you did just get paid, so you have a hefty amount of money.
Yes.
So I mean, you don't have to stay here if you don't want to.
No, I'm fine here.
Okay.
I would like to buy a bunch of guns, though.
So that's where we're picking up. It's a new day. You just start going with it, man. I'm listening.
Yeah, I want to contact James Brown
All right.
and ask about a large purchase of guns.
I only sell high caliber weapons. I don't sell large caliber weapons. I got a friend who sells large caliber weapons, and I can definitely get you in reach with him.
That would be great.
So, is military grade like 50 cal? How many do you think you might want? because it might take a while to get several of them. I probably put my hand on 150 cal before the end of the week.
Well, I don't want just large guns. I want a wide variety of guns, and a bunch of guns.
Oh, you want to be going to a buffet of guns?
Yes.
All right. Well, there's a special party going on 2 weeks from now, which you could definitely join with me and a few of my friends. You have been a standing customer, and I like you, so I could definitely see if there's been an invite. Now, you need something now, or can this wait?
It can wait.
If you need something now, you tell me, because you know James Brown, I'm going to take care of you.
No, I'm good for now. I'm just planning for the future.
Now, we all got to retire someday.
Right.
Now, if you're going to be needing licenses with all those guns you plan on buying, I have a friend who can hook you up with a discount on license.
That would be excellent. This is why I come to you, buddy.
That's right, because I'm a one-stop shop for guns. Listen, you reach out to me next week, and I'll let you know the when, the where, and the how, where this meeting's going to take place. There's a bunch of gentlemen, they're coming over from Russia, as well as Europe, and they've got some stuff that's coming in crates. And so I'm going to take myself down there and take a look-see. I wouldn't mind having a white boy with me just to make sure everything feels safe.
I will be there. I will get a hold of you.
And if you can look a bit more, like a leaf eater, that would be very helpful.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do what I can.
Thanks so much, young man. Mr. Brown appreciates you. So,
Yep.
Mr. Brown will reach out to you. He apparently knows of some sort of large weapons deal going down. So, I mean, that's a plus. Discounts as well as being able to buy in bulk. This would give you some place to spend some of that money.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
All right. So, you've got some time. How do you and Trixie want to spend the next 2 weeks worth of time? What things do you think are important for Gears to take care of?
I also want to use some of my money to start building a factory in my warehouse. I don't know exactly how to go about doing this yet, but I want to be able to make. I want to be able to make computer chips, parts, mechanical parts, stuff like that.
Okay, so you want to buy things like a CD. What is it called? A CDC? Not a CDC. CVC. Yeah, you want to buy a thing like a. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
It's a CNC.
CNC. I knew it was some series of letters with a C at the beginning, and I was just going to go through the alphabet.
I mean, CNC machines are really good if you're cutting metal.
Not only cutting metal, but you can pre-program them to do. Oh, Radio's got some suggestions for you.
Yeah, I want to definitely be able to do like some machinist work, so we can cut steel and stuff like that. But then I also want to be able to do delicate stuff with like computer chips and stuff.
So the rules for the game revolve around toolkits and stuff like that. So if you open up the good book of SRB, I know you don't have a copy, but I'll tell you the page you want to look at.
Sorry about the core book.
Yes.
Industrial.
I gotta find all this stuff. It's been so long.
So if you're like in real life, if you're talking about making thin film parts, that's the industry I actually work in. In real life, thin film parts are incredibly hard to make, especially in a I'm just gonna say for lack of a better word, a residential
they call
area.
It small scale.
Yeah, a very, very small scale like that. It's a lot of equipment that doesn't fit in just like a warehouse setting. You can, however, order them from someplace and then have them shipped in, and you can put them together into like a motherboard situation. But like actually making like capacitors and thin film. There's so many things that go into it, and
Okay,
you would get
that's-
caught like
That's
hardcore.
in 2020. How about in Shadowrun time? Would it still be that?
So in Shadowrun, its time is 2079, and there's like a 40-year gap that actually no production or progress made. So technically, and I'm air quoting this is my fingers because it's an assumption, they're about only 10 years more technologically advanced than us, but they do have cyberware, which is way more advanced, and then they have a lot of high string stuff like nanites and stuff like that are out there in small quantities. So to answer your question, there is no machine you can buy and just punch a button and it spits it out. She is kind of right. Buying certain setups to be able to make stuff would be beneficial, and then purchasing the other pieces. So like if you want to make a computer, you buy a machine that will fold metal into towers, and then you buy the pieces and parts of electronics and put them together yourself, something like that. With that said, the game mechanics, which are listed on page 443, talk about tools. There are 3 different levels. There's kit, shop, and facility. They have an availability rating for shop and facility. There's no restriction. And what you designate is what it's supposed to do. They don't talk about size because that's what my job is. So if you decided that you wanted to do the nautical mechanic facility, I'm sure your warehouse would be big enough to fit the nautical mechanic facility, but nothing else. So you're going to be looking at the skill in question, and then you're going to be deciding whether you want to purchase a kit, a shop, or a facility. Once you have those devices, then you, air quotes again, just pour in new yen, which is a way of representing that you bought raw materials, then used your example, your shop, to produce something. Like if you get an armorer shop, and then you would spend at least half the value for the suit of armor in question in raw materials, you would then build that suit of armor.
Okay, I'm gonna need some more time then. I don't know exactly what I want to make. I definitely want to buy a facility. How about for now, can I buy a 3D printer?
Fuck yeah. You could probably break into someplace and steal one too. They're rather common for low-end residential style 3D printing. So
I want higher end.
So that still falls under the kit, shop, and facility situation. Kit would be like the commercial at home. Billy's gonna make himself a Charizard with his 3D printer and his free online program called Blender. Boop, boop, boop. And then he makes himself a Charizard. Like this. Isn't it adorable? That's the kit. That's 500 new yen. You want something that's going to be a little bit more dynamic and probably produce well beyond the little yellow kitty of luck. That's great, right? The shop is going to produce things that are a lot more complicated that can be put together. Things like a plastic handgun that might actually fire a round or two and stuff like that. If you're looking for high levels of intricacy, you're looking at the facility for 3D printing.
And the facility, if I got a facility level 3D printer, that would take up my whole warehouse?
No. Like I said, the space question lies upon me. When I think of like an industrial sized 3D printer, it's about 6 foot by 8 foot because I've seen one. They're monsters. And
yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. So you're looking at maybe being able to fit about 6 of these printers into your warehouse. And if you start cramming them in, you might get 2 more in, especially if you want to take out your kitchen.
I just need one.
Yeah, so I'm giving you an idea of the space you have to work with as far as it goes for these 3D printers. But you're going to drop 50 grand on this thing. So take a look, page 443, when you want to start pricing stuff. I would aim for a shop and just kind of like build up. Or,
okay.
You know.
I mean, I've got the 50K.
If you're looking for something to do like outside of casings, even with a shop one, you can like if you had the CAD drawing or something for like a gun that you wanted to piece together afterwards, you could still make it in a shop one. Like, it depends on like what kind of stuff are you trying to make with it. Like, you can make the outside like carbon fiber pieces to a motorcycle, like the coverings and everything. You can probably make a gas tank for one out of the metal pieces that come out of it.
Okay. I'll I want to look for the shop one.
For like a 3D printer style shop setup.
Yeah.
All right, and so the purpose you're trying to print is like plastic stuff.
Well, does it have to be plastics? Like she had mentioned fiber. Can you use like carbon fiber?
Well, yeah. So if you're like looking to do like armoring for vehicles, totally able to be done. And so, what skill is it that you're looking to utilize? Because that's where it really breaks down to as far as the game mechanics goes. This one skill in question.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of wanted it so that I could make whatever I wanted.
Yeah, unfortunately, we hit a wall with the game mechanics and the reality of the game itself. No Star Trek. I'd like Earl Grey tea making device. What the hell was that thing called again?
Replicator.
There's no replicators.
So starting
right,
out,
but I mean, I should be able to program if I want to make parts for a gun. I can program it to make parts for a gun. If I want to make parts for a motorcycle, like she was saying, I can program it for that, and I can reprogram it and change the programming, right?
Yeah, but you would do that, and you would specify it for whatever. I see where you're going. You're looking for some sort of Omni shop or Omni kit or Omni facility that allow you to fabricate over several different like skill zones. Bike repair, car repair, gun manipulation, stuff like that. Okay.
So most 3D printers now have like a kind of material that they can work with. So there's plastic printers, there's metal printers, but I don't know if there's ones that can do plastic and metal. So like if everything you want to make is basically out of metal, then like a 3D printer that does metal stuff will make whatever you want it to make.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to get like two of them so you could make metal pieces, and then if you wanted to make carbon fiber pieces, you could just specify that you have a carbon fiber and a metal one, so you can use that. And it really depends. I think the difference between a shop level and a facility level one is the detail. How big you can make something, how small you can make something, how much detail is in it. If you want siding for your car, like, oh, I need a new fender, you can print that out. It's not going to be, super detailed. You won't be able to like emboss a super cool high detailed dragon on the side of it with a shop one, but you could put maybe like a small blocky figure or a larger blocky figure like on the side of John's truck, like one of those scrawled dragon pieces on it.
All right, well then what I want is one that can work with carbon fiber, and if that's it, that's fine, and a shop level.
Okay. What page is it on? 145. Building repair tables on 46. Build, repair, adequate, and it talks nothing about it. That makes it so much useful. Okay, so,
Excuse me.
I forgot how to do that real quick. 1 second.
What page was that on?
Yeah, what page was it?
443 is tools, and 145 is how repairs work. Okay, so it's got availability of 8. Do you want to, I guess maybe go to a... So here's the important thing. This kind of thing has an availability of 8, which means it's not a restricted device. It just means you got to go out and buy it using your name, IDs, and stuff like that. So if you don't want to go out and about and you don't want to be seen purchasing something like this, you can go through one of your fixers or contacts to purchase this thing, which they can give you one that's not registered and isn't going to draw attention to you. I know that sounds kind of silly because it's just a 3D printer, but that's what availability means.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I would like to get one illegally.
Oh, right. Do you have a contact that can help you with this?
I don't know. Let me see.
Because if you don't, you got to go do some shopping around at some places.
All right. Is Abdul still a real contact, or is he faded out of the story?
He is still a real contact. You know how to get a hold of him?
Yeah, I'll call him.
Awesome. His connectivities were a 4. Gives him 12 dice. Let's get that up there. D6s. 12.
Remember, if you throw money at the situation, it gives you better dice.
All right. So you reach out to Abdul and tell him what you're looking for. There's a definite pause in the conversation when he comes back and says, "You want this for real?"
Absolutely, sir.
So he's going to charge you. This is the shop size 3D printer for the purpose of making armor plating, covers, outsides, and stuff like that for the vehicle. We just got finished talking about. $5K. That's the going price right now, and he's going to want $150 for himself. So we're looking at $51.50 is how much you gotta have.
Yeah, that's great. I can do that.
All right. So he's going to roll his charisma and his negotiations, which are 8 dice, plus his connectivity, which is another 4 dice. So it's a total of 12 dice, and I'll let you do that. So you're going to roll 12 dice. And it's an opposed test, so the item gets to roll its availability, which is 8.
You said 12 dice?
Yes, he has 12 dice.
So I got 5 successes.
All right. He doesn't have really any other bonuses, he himself, that's going to make it any different. So it's going to take about 2 days to get this into his shop. And so in about 2 days, you need to come pick it up. So go ahead and wire him the $51.50. And when you show up, he'll have it ready for you to pick up.
Okay.
Excellent. So you've spent a bit of money. You got some purchases coming in. And the rain's let up by now. By the time you're getting ready in the next day or two to head out to go see Abdul, you've spent time, I guess, organizing the shop a bit more, getting ready for the arrival of your new toy. And the streets have stopped flooded, so it's the second day. You guys, you can go out and pick it up from Abdul.
Okay, I'll go do that.
All right. You get over to there. Of course, he's no longer at the gas station. He's down the street from the gas station at this rundown looking car lot with a bunch of junk cars in it and stuff. So you pull up. He's standing on the street side. He's got his umbrella out. You don't think it's his umbrella. It might be like a niece's umbrella or something because it doesn't fit with him. It's nice. It's pink. It has some sort of neon light thing on the underside, and it casts a weird pink glow across his face. and he just points over to the sliding fence. You pull into the back, and he comes around, catches up to you, and he points at a large metal shipping canister and says, "It's in that one." And then he says, "Turn your van around and back up to it." As he hauls over and he goes to force the doors open so that you can pick it up.
All right, yeah, I'll back in, and once I back in, though, I want to get out and kind of help with it, and I want to check. I want to check that it's in there first. So, and if I gotta say it to him, hey, I want to check and make sure it's in there, then I'll say it.
Yeah, you can totally say that. He realized this is a business deal. This isn't two chummers and old buddies. Hey, let's go have a drink. So he's like, yeah. He opens the metal canister and starts pointing at the cardboard boxes and one of the crates and says, "It's in these 5 right here." And so he starts. They've already been opened. He says, "Here's an items list. Let's go through it right now. So let's check this thing out. Make sure you're getting what So you two start going through the items list. Your comlink goes off. I'm assuming you've got your van with you, right?
Yes.
Your comlink goes off. 2 warning messages. The first one is from your home security system saying that one of the guns have become deactivated. The second message is from your car saying an explosive device just went off within 20 meters of its location, and it's activating its defense protocols.
All right. How much time do I got left here?
You just got here and started opening boxes with Abdul.
Yeah, so we just started going through the checklist. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to let him know. Just go ahead, load the vehicle up. I'll have the vehicle come with me, and then I'm going to call to Tracy. Come pick.
Okay. So you're calling for Tracy to come across town to come get you, which it's not that far, if you remember the map. So, and you're leaving your van here?
Yeah, and then I'll just have the van follow me when it's full.
Okay. As you see all this, Abdul's like, everything okay?
I don't know, Abdul. I don't know.
Okay. So, he starts looking through the boxes. I'll get this loaded up. Not a problem. What do you want to do?
While I'm waiting for the car, I'll go ahead and finish going through the checklist, I guess.
Okay. Your home security system talks to you all the time. Now that the first gun is inactive, the second gun has detected movement on the street of a vehicle. And it begins telling you that it's targeting. This is not an unnormal thing, but considering that the first gun just shut down and you don't know why.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to order it to fire away.
All right. Do you want to see what's going on? Because you have a camera feed to it.
Yes, absolutely.
You see the gun turn, and as it starts just wham, starts tearing through its few hundred rounds that it has in it, an armored vehicle that has a massive plate on it. And this looks like a junker car. Remember I told you the gangs were constantly testing your system and getting shot at? It looks like they've taken a dumpster and strapped it onto the front end of a pickup truck. So as your assault rifle starts opening fire, all it's shooting at is a dump truck and the dumpster, and they're driving the truck towards your building.
Okay, and the turret isn't doing anything to it?
Yeah, the bullets are just bouncing off. The vehicle's still moving forward. The camera lens affords you a view of that end of the building. They're coming from the end of the building where the gun deactivated from. And you can see that end of the building looks like it's smoldering.
All right. I got to get home as soon as possible. I'm gonna call Trixie and tell her to get to the panic room.
Okay. You get on the phone, start calling up Trixie. Question: How did you bring your Dalmatian with you?
I did not.
Okay, so it's at the house.
Yes.
Good. That can be a good thing right now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you immediately start calling Trixie. She picks up using not like her hands and everything because she's got the little hook up, the data jack and whatnot. She's screaming, "Oh my God! Someone's shooting at the house! It was an explosion!" That's the first
Question.
thing.
I had bought armor-piercing bullets for those turrets. Does that make a difference?
Oh yeah. When I said the truck's still coming, so let's talk about game mechanics, okay? The guy who's driving the truck is dead, but that doesn't mean he didn't have an opportunity to drive his truck as close as he possibly can. Because these gangers are tired of your shit, they're going to pop a hole in your can. The guy's not there. What's in the back of the truck is more important than if he lives.
Okay.
So, Anyways, so she's screaming into the phone, "Oh my God, there was an explosion! It was a high-pitched whistle, then an explosion!" Which translates into somebody fired an RPG.
Calm down. Go to the panic room. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay. She begins screaming as you hear through the phone a high pitch boom, 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 and your other security gun deactivates. She's running. You hear her fiddling with stuff. She's like, "Don't get off the phone. Stay on this damn phone. Stay on this goddamn phone." And she's yelling at you. At this point, it's as you can hear the security door pulling shut. "Don't you get off this phone!" And then, boom, it shuts, and you don't hear anything.
Okay. I do have my aerial drone in the van, on top of the van.
That's your Dalmatian.
Okay. No, I thought we were talking about something else. So, yeah, the Dalmatians.
That you're talking about the Doberman. The Doberman
Yes.
is the dog-like one, and it's back in the
Right.
house, which is beneficial. I thought the Dalmatian was back in the house, which makes this a very funny situation.
No, the Dalmatian's back at the house.
Okay, so you have a
Oh, yeah.
flying drone that has 2 assault rifles attached to it back at the house.
Yes.
Okay.
That one is. I'm going to try to use that one and try to shoot them up.
All right, so what do you want to talk to me? Where's the Dalmatian sit? What's going on?
So it's inside a garage, and I guess how do I connect to it from this far away? Through
Well,
like
you
the
can
phone?
make a phone call and tell it start killing motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Or
Then.
you can do what other riggers do and jump up in your van and plug your head into your deck and just slide through the matrix over to where it's at and take over from it.
That's what I want to do.
I mean, you are a rigger.
Yes.
Okay. I personally think telling it to kill every motherfucker is pretty fun because, it's a military-grade assault vehicle. All right. So, you look at Abdul, tell him, hey, you're on the phone, you look at him, he's like, "I've got this. Take care of your shit," And so he is loading stuff into the box, bitching about being old and having no help. You jump into the seat of your van, pull out your RCC, click it on, plug it in, hit the go button. The distance between you and your drone bleeds away very quickly. You are a bit of a distance away, so it takes a moment before it starts recognizing you there. It sits inside your warehouse or in a garage. Give me an idea.
Yeah, in a garage. In a garage, like the warehouses have garages, the garage doors on the sides.
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing. I never really saw a picture of the warehouse, but I'm picturing garage doors on the side of the warehouse, and it would be in one of the
bays.
Bays, yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay, so it's sitting in the bay. It's not covered by anything. Maybe it's sitting on some sort of landing.
No, it's not covered. It's just sitting on the ground. It has rails that it sits.
Yeah. So you jump in, tell it to turn on. You send a phone call like instantaneous as you're plugging in, telling it wake up. The comm link on your Dalmatian wakes up, and as you begin sliding in, you hot sim or you cold sim into it.
I'm gonna hot sim.
All right, you hot sim into it. The sensation of this cold steel surrounding your body is like a warm. It feels cold to you, but it is nice. It is a wonderful. It's like when you put on a nice cool shirt and you've been hot all day. That's what it feels like. You can feel the guns in your mental thoughts, like they're part of you. Like you can just start squeezing triggers and opening fire. You can see around the entire thing as it's sitting there. You can see that there's smoke and fire off onto the right-hand side. Stuff is raining down into your warehouse as they RPG'd the outside.
Was there a lot of damage to the warehouse itself?
You're not sure right now. You just zipped into your drone. Your focus is
Okay.
still a human focus. You don't have you do have like a 360-degree kind of TV monitors all over your head that you can manipulate while you're in your head doing this like weird shit. But you as a human being can only focus in on so much.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take off and fly towards the vehicle and open fire as soon as I see it.
All right, let's let's start with some initiative. You're hot simmed in. Remember, you get 2 extra d6 to do this. Boom, they got a 6. Plus, let's see what a mouth breather gets. It's probably like 6.
You said I get a bonus to my initiative?
Yeah, you have your initiative, which should be like a number plus.
I have a d6 plus 10, but then I get a plus 2 from the
You get
top.
plus 2 d6s, so a total of 3 d6 because you're hot simmed in.
$25.
Awesome. You hot sim in. All right, so on 25, what do you want to tell it to do?
Take off and shoot the motherfuckers.
All right, so it takes off. It's still inside the warehouse.
Well, it's got to fly out the warehouse, of course.
All right, so do you want to fly? How do you want to get out?
I'm going to lift up like a foot and then fly straight forward.
There's a rolling door in front of you.
Oh, I want to roll the garage door up
All right,
first.
so you have to spend another one of your actions to tell the garage door to go up. So it's
Yes.
the drone's action is simply bam, get up off the grid. Then so that's this action, and if there's nothing else for the drone, you have to wait to your next action to give a command to a completely different device, which is fine. So on 25, you tell the drone to take off, and on 15, you tell the doors to open, which will happen. So on 5, you'll get a chance for the drone to fly out. That's all within the first round.
Okay,
These
yeah.
guys have one action. They're going on 9. But they're prepped. So your drone swoops out from the side of the building. I imagine that there's a road that accesses the front of the warehouse side where the garage doors roll up and down, giving a decent-sized parking lot area. Because this warehouse used to have trucks coming in and out, so it's not like the rolling doors point toward the road. They point toward a parking lot. So the drone has enough room to come out and immediately bank, like the Millennium Falcon getting away from TIE fighters. And as it banks out, you see behind some concrete barricades 2 vehicles. They are older make vehicles that have been heavily modified by gangers. They're behind them, and there's at least 6 or 7 of these gangers. And then you see that the only ganger that seems to be active as you're coming out is the dude who has an RPG. They've been fucking with this shit, and so right now he's loading up an RPG, a rocket-propelled grenade, and as you're coming around to the street, so you can imagine it's downpouring rain. Here comes this military-grade stealth fighter-looking drone. You hover around the corner. You see these 8 guys over here with small arms fired. One of them's got a shotgun, and one dude's got an RPG. And then your sensors point out that the vehicle with the dumpster on the front of it has collided with the front of the warehouse. And in the back of that pickup truck are about 4 barrels. They have flammable stickers slapped onto them.
Okay.
So their action this round was reload the RPG. That was on their 9. 5, this is what you see as you come out. So now we move into a new round. I did that round specifically so you can get the idea how the functions work. So we do initiative again.
$18.
All right, they're going on 6. They're only worried about Mr. RPG guy. So on 18, you get to go.
I want to shoot the guy with the RPG.
All right. More description than just shoot. Burst fire, full auto, both guns.
Which one's more accurate? Both guns, definitely.
The more guns, the more bullets, the harder it is for them to dodge. So the more bullets you throw at them, the more accurate it is at killing.
I go full auto then.
Okay. Sorry, that's funny to me. Which is more accurate? More bullets.
And how do I roll that?
Give me a second. I will remind myself how you do shooting with drones. Because I forgot. I wrote it down for my cheat sheets.
Yeah, I got it.
It's gunnery plus something. I think it was...
Okay, it's 2 assault. I think this is the right one. But it says Predator, 2 assault, 2 shotguns, and electro barrier.
No, that's wrong. The last time I remember that you had 2 AK-47s on that thing and the electroshock barrier. Ares Predators are pistols. I don't remember you putting pistols on it.
Okay, then that's what I have then.
I imagine so, yeah.
Okay, 2 AK-97s. Yeah, that's what I have on it. It's the Dalmatian. It has body of 9, 2 AK-97s, shock defense, and an area jammer.
Yep, that sounds about right. It's a complex action to fire a vehicle weapon. Check. That's important to know. What's the other location I need to look at? 158. It's the skill. It's gunnery and sensors, but you're piloting it, so what do we use instead of sensors?
Pilot aircraft.
No, it's gunnery. Gunnery aircraft is what you're going to want. You have a gunnery skill, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's the one you're going to use. So that's page 202. What is...
Yeah, my gunnery is a 5.
That's not what I want to do. What is the damn attribute that goes along with gunnery? I want to say it's agility. Or, no, actually I want to say it's reaction. Oh man, who's got rusty skills at this game? Me.
That's okay. I've forgotten everything too.
Here we go. It is agility, so it's gunnery agility to shoot the guns, and it's their reaction intuition to avoid being shot. They have cover benefit, but you're doing a full spray, so that just kind of negates it.
Okay, so my agility is a 6, my gunnery is a 5, so I roll 11 dice.
You get a +2 because you're hot semmed in. So you're rolling 13.
Two successes.
Wow. All right, 190. Oh, where's it at?
I rolled the first one wrong. It's 4 successes.
How did you do it wrong?
I think so. I had the arrow going the wrong way.
No, the arrow was going the right way.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never
you
mind.
had 2 5s. You rolled terrible on the first one.
Okay.
Full auto gives them a -9 on defense, causing them to have no. They get 2 from their being behind cover. Because it's not. You're not just going to hit one of them. You're going to hit them all. Because they're all grouped together like a group of brilliant individuals. They're all standing together. They're thinking, "This is going to be fine." I'm trying to find the NPCs. I know I marked. There they are. All right. Reaction and intuition is 6 + 2 from cover. That's 8 dice they would get. Full auto knocks off 9 dice, so they have no defense dice. That means they get to roll nothing. So you make 2 successes. What's the damage on the gun?
I don't know. It's an AK-97.
$10p, so it does 12 points of damage each of them, so 24 points of damage to these guys, and they have condition modifiers of like 10. So as your drone comes out, it just starts opening up into these guys who are hiding behind these 2 vehicles. It's not a lot of cover. You have height advantage. You're looking right down on them. A hail of bullets, and these guys begin diving for cover. That doesn't work well for most of them. The guy with the RPG, he's gone. The people around him, they also get hit. On their turn, they retaliate with some small arms fire, because that's all they got. Four. I got 3 there, so it's 9 dice. So it's 6 dice. 6. Alright, so I said 8 of them. We're going to assume at least 3 of them went down in that spray of hell. So we got 5 guys shooting back at you. But not all 5 are. Some of them are going to run for cover. So we're going to have 3 of them firing back at you. 1, 2, and 3. 2, 3, and 4. You get to use your piloting. Hang on. 202. Piloting and autosoft. Also see rigging. Oh, that's what we want. 266. course it doesn't say right off the bat. It just says go to there. Autosoft specialized programs for the actual machine. But you're doing the dodging, so it should be your piloting plus your... What's the other dodge thing? Agility.
So I get a +2 for being hot sim.
Yes.
2 successes.
Wow. Yeah, we are also forgetting the fact that it's heavy raining, and so that has an effect on things. It's raining, so that has an effect on things. But still, your successes pretty much warrant the same kind of environment. You're fighting with the rain, but you're focused pretty hard on the scenario. The small arms fire, they begin shooting up. Now, you got 2 successes, so we're just going to consume that the 3 and the 4 are going to be successful hits. What is the body on
9.
4? All right. Not a single one of these firearms do over 9 points of damage, so none of them are going to actually damage your vehicle. One of them does a 7, 2 extra successes, still puts it at a 9, so it's all stunned, and vehicles are immune to stun, so nothing happens.
Sweet.
All right. That was on their initiative to fire back. You went on an 18, open fired. So what do you do on 8?
I'm gonna try to fire at the last 3.
All right, so you're full autoing back into him.
What you said they used small firearms?
Yes. Handguns.
How many did they each shoot once?
No, they're pack, 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 pack. 2 or 3 bullets, man.
I want to keep one of them alive. I want to try to shoot, maybe burst whatever's a little more delicate. I want to try to keep one of them alive. I want to kill 2 of them and keep one alive.
All right.
So I want to try to aim at 2 of them.
Sure. All right. So we'll make 2 attack rolls. We'll go ahead and factor in the rain at this point in time. So take 2 dice off. Also take another 2 dice off for firing at separate targets.
2 successes.
All right. And the second guy you fire at.
1 success.
Full auto still. They lose 9 dice. Their penalties are so high they can't actually dodge. You spray both of them to the ground. The last guy who was small arms firing at you, he doesn't get an action this round. The other 3 who went for cover continuously run away. So, of the 8, you've killed 4. There's 1 dude left standing, and 3 are hauling ass. New round of initiative. They're all going on 7.
$25.
All right. This is the moment in the video game where they give you the opportunity to, skip a bunch of shit and go straight for the boss monster, whether you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And so that's what the gang did. They skipped straight to the boss monster and whacked the bee's nest, and they got a military vehicle to pop out, which is probably what they didn't want. They probably just thought you had some guns up there, and that was about it. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, gosh, you go first, man.
I want to not crash, but I want to zoom down, not firing, and land on top of the last guy.
What about your Doberman?
This sounds a lot more fun.
Fair enough. All right, so you want to thump him with your jet.
Yeah, I want to get on top of him so that he can't move.
Okay, yeah, it takes a crane to move this thing, so I can definitely see that. There's no piloting roll for that. You crash land on him.
Now, I probably don't have a voice modulator or anything where I could speak through the thing, right? Through the.
No, but the security dog Doberman does.
Okay, yeah, I'll get the Doberman out.
All right. The Doberman leaves, runs out into the rain, and heads. Do you guide the Doberman by hot simming into it, or do you just tell it where the fuck to go?
I tell it where to go.
So you're still hot simmed into the drone.
Yes.
All right. While you're hot simmed in the drone, waiting for the Doberman to show up, The guys who ran away, at least one of them are still within viewpoint where you can see him because he stopped the distance down the way and now he's taking cover inside the entranceway of a building.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about something. What did you say?
One of the 3 gentlemen who ran off.
Yes.
You can still see him. He has gone at least half a block away and entered the entranceway of a building and stopped. Either he went into the building. I'm not going to say you can't see him. You can see him. He's in the entranceway.
Okay. I want to keep my eye on him if possible.
Sure,
I know I'm doing a lot of things at once.
All right, so you're watching him. Doberman comes over. What do you want it to do?
I want to start talking through it.
All right, the guy's going to make a strength test to try to get out. He has 3 dice. Nope. He made all successes. It's not enough. It's just not enough. He's moving it. He's moving it, by the way.
Okay. Can I start talking to him?
Yes.
All right, listen here, you little piece of shit. I want you to take a message to whoever is in charge. Do you understand me? And I'm waiting for a response.
He's struggling with it and tells you to, let's see if I can get this right. I want to make sure I get the vernacular of his conversation with you in an appropriate manner to represent his political standing on the situation. Fuck you! He says in response.
I'm gonna smack him with my paw on the Doberman.
Okay. So the dog's going to, like, push on his head?
Yeah, like swing at him, like swipe at him.
The dog can only push with its feet and bite with its razor-sharp jaw, dude. That's all it's got.
Okay, I will bite his arm.
Its options are play games or sever testicles.
Play games.
Okay. You grapple onto the arm as best as you possibly can. The guy begins, like, because he's got a jacket on, it's not definitely cutting in, but you've got the jaws in a way that the Doberman can pull on him at the same time the drone is pinned on top of him. He yells at you, "Fuck you, man!"
This is easy. Do you want me to turn it up to hard?
This is our territory. Biznotch, get the hell out of here. We were here first.
Well, then, if this is your territory, you tell your boss that he needs to come to talk to me face to face.
Okay, I'm going to make him make a composure roll. Give him about 5 dice. Let's see how this works out for him. Why don't you come out here and fight me instead of use your stupid toys?
Okay, stick around. I'll be right there.
All right. Since you were being observant of the gentleman in the doorway, I do want to let you know that he is on a cell phone. He is talking on his comm link, and he every once in a while looks out at what the hell's going on while being on his comm link.
Okay. What's the ETA on Tracy getting to?
Like 3 minutes. She's breaking a number of laws just to get to you, man.
Good. That's what I want.
All right. Tracy gets to you. The guy's trapped there. You get into Tracy. I'm assuming you just, like, pull out of the drone, tell the drone not to go anywhere.
I gotta hot sim out, get into Tracy. I think I'm gonna hot sim back in once I'm in her, though.
And just tell her to drive back to the house.
Yeah, and no discretion as fast as possible.
All right. Tracy is going to make a stealth roll. She rolls her piloting, which is 4, if I remember. What's her piloting?
5.
All right, piloting and her stealth program.
I need to roll that?
Yeah, pilot plus stealth program because she's trying to use discretion while not getting caught by the police.
What does the stealth program give me?
It should be like a 3 or 2. Do you have it written down? If you don't have it written down, it's because you haven't We haven't given a numerical value, so just make it.
No, I do. I've got. It says current program stealth +1 sleeve.
Bam. That's what it is.
Okay, so I'm doing piloting and stealth.
Yep.
One success.
Okay. It takes you a little bit longer than about 10 minutes to get back because you have to lose the Popo as they got the 411 on your locale. Apparently, Tracy blew through a checkpoint and you had to make a larger loop around as they had started making.
On the way back, I want to make sure that I'm coming into it so that I go past the guy that was hiding.
Fair enough. That's perfectly fine. By this time, when these 10 minutes that it's taking you to get back, the guy who was hiding dashed out from his hidey hole well before then.
Okay, is he gone? Do I know where he went?
You don't know where he went off to. You know he went at least a block away and into an alleyway. So whoever he was talking to, he got finished with his conversation and skedaddled.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm going to head to the warehouse. It's where I've got the gun.
All right. And ensues the interrogation. Tell us how it goes, and then after that, we're going to segue into John.
All right, I'm going to get out of the vehicle. I'm going to have a pistol in my hand. I'm going to walk up to him. And I'm going to smack him with my gun on the side of the face. I'm not trying to knock him out yet. And I'm going to say, look, I know I'm new in town, so I'm going to forgive you for all those. I'm going to forgive you for what you did. You don't know who I am. You let your boss know not to fuck with me, or I'm coming after him. Now, if he wants to meet face to face, maybe we can work something out. But I don't want anything like this happening. And that's about it. And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna let you go. Are we cool?
Keep going, man. I'm hands off. Keep describing. Even his action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, I'm gonna lift the vehicle off him just a little bit. I'm gonna keep the gun at his head, at his face. I'm gonna say, are we cool? And he'll say, yeah, man, and then just haul out.
Okay. He hauls ass, and he does. He runs. He slips a couple of times trying to get up because, he's got old sneakers and shit, and it's fucking wet out here, and you are drenched all the way to your Superman undies. All right. John.
Yes.
This is the point of time after which you have gotten through with being at the house with Chris's dead body. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you leave?
Chris didn't have a family, right?
No.
Okay. Not that I knew about. Ha.
No. Because he
Good.
kept the job professional.
Yeah, well, I mean, as professional as you can be when you're going out to the party barge together.
Yep.
Man, no, I've got living people that I need to worry about. So I'm gonna haul ass over to my bike and fly over to Redmond.
All right.
Because I've got people to save.
Keep going. I'm listening.
So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the most direct route through Seattle that is not gonna burden me down with checkpoints. I'll even go on I-5 at night if it's nighttime right now.
It is nighttime right now, and between where you're at and the Redmonds is the straight shot through some of the local streets, and there will most likely not be any checkpoints because you don't get close enough to anything worthwhile that a checkpoint would be around. So you're good.
Okay. So when I get to the neighborhood, I'm gonna do like a once or twice around like the block, just to see if there's like any vehicles that are out of place. Like maybe there's more people hanging around than there should be, different kinds of people than there should be.
Let's do perception plus, I think it's in this game called intuition.
Yes. Let's see, where's all that on this character sheet? So perception. There we are. 6. Intuition is 5. I'm gonna come over to my dice roller here. Dice. Oh wait, no, that's. I'm trying to click on the dice tool in the Twitch stream. Okay, here we go. Yep, I know what's up. 4 successes.
Oh, damn. All right. You're making an incredibly detailed effort out of this. You're leaving no stone unturned. And 2 things pop up as you're making your rounds and patrolling. I'm going to make the assumption that the level of professionalism in your patrol is on top of things. Like, if you feel you need to put on your mask, you're probably going to, if I say you're the situation here. So as you're approaching, you probably stop and get out and walk around a bit and look, and then drive to another place and stop and then look around.
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of mentality. And if you have to walk just to look around the corner of a building, you'll walk to look around the corner of the building. Detailed kind of stuff. Something that might stand out to somebody, if you were doing this in Bellevue, a nice, kindly officer would be walking over going, "You okay? Did you lose something?" But you're in the Barrens. Nobody gives a shit. It's a decent rundown section of town that you're in. Lots of older buildings. It's one of the old downtown sections of the Redmonds. Lots of tall buildings. You know a lot of the area and enough detail that you can pick up the things that would stand out. The old theater that the people are staying in has a bus stop in front of it and up the street. And beyond that is one of the soy bucks dispensing units. It's a machine wall that has an overhang. The overhang is kind of damaged, so it rains on the machine that dispenses pastries. So if you get a pastry out, it's just going to be soaking wet. But they're in a plastic bag, so you're just getting poured on. But standing down there, and we're just going to discriminate, are 2 Asian dudes hanging out at the soy bucks. So when you pull up to a corner and look, they're leaning on the wall, looking down the street. The soy bucks is on the same side with the theater. Their eyes, well, at least one of them's eyes, is on the entranceway. They're drinking soy caf. They're chilling out. They're watching the door. They're Asian. By your perception, you can definitely tell that they're Chinese, not Japanese Asian, and not like an Indonesian or Islander, because there is a variety of different faces, even though that some people might say they all look the same. That's rude.
Yep.
That's very rude.
Yep.
The second thing, after identifying those 2 guys watching the front door, is as you come around to the back side of the building, where those guys are watching, on the other side of the theater, there's a block. So if you can imagine, this is a city block. There's a theater. There's an old costume place with several stories to it. Behind that, there is an old museum, as well as a warehouse and a small garage and so this block is all been boarded up and everything, so you can get in different sides, but there's no traffic that goes through. No dump truck drives through. No vehicles enter into this block. The homeless have pretty much came in and taken it over. It is in itself a small city, and if these guys did want to go in and eradicate, and air quotes, everyone, that's going to be a hard sell, because there is so many people in there. When you get to so they're facing down the door, and the southern edge, or the southern edge of that goes down the street. As you're on your bike, you're coming around making big loops. You find a Nissan. What's a good Nissan car? I have a random car generator.
Altima.
You find a Nissan Altima sitting at a corner, lights off. You can see people on the inside. Of course, it's raining, and they're parked outside of the remnants of a some old brownstone that you really don't know the use of, but it's been boarded up and bricked up a bunch. No doors along this side, so they're parked on a street that has no real access to any buildings. But it has a straight shot toward the front of the road, so if, for whatever reason, somebody passed in front of the way toward the theater, this car could pull out in front of them or pull out and chase after them. So they've set it up so they're kind of watching both ends of the building. There's 2 people in the car and 2 people at the soy calf. Taking this in the notion, the 2 people at the soy calf probably have access to either motorcycles or a car. When you come back around the block, not more than on the other end of the building, on the sidewalk, are 2 motorcycles. Decent ninjas, look like they've been rebuilt, but they're parked not even 10, 15 meters away from the soy calf, where those guys could easily run around the corner, grab them, jump on, and do a high-speed chase.
Okay. So the theater that everyone lives in, is it like shorter than the buildings around it?
No, the theater's 3 stories high. Yeah, the tallest building is the old fabric complex, the industrial fabric making complex. It's 6 stories high. The theater's 3 stories high. The costume place is 4 stories high because there was 4 stories of apartments above it. So yeah, they're all about the same height. The shortest building, there's an old dentistry practice that's been boarded up. It's made out of wood and stone and shit, and it's tucked between 2 buildings. It's like one of those things where you see this house did not want to sell to redevelopment, and so everybody just built the fuck around it.
Okay. So I want to enter the building in a secretive manner, or at least try to, because I don't want to come in the front, and I know that they keep like the back access is boarded over, so that it's really just the front entryway is like the only street level entrance. So I'm gonna park my bike on the opposite side of the costume building. Is that the one that's like so I want
the theater would sit in front of you. So look in front of you is the theater. To
Okay.
your right is the costume building. Then there's a road. Then there's the soy calf. So if you came
Okay.
along that side, the soy calf people can't see you. You're on the street that nobody can see right now.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm gonna park in the back of the costume building, by the corner of that road that they can't see, and the one that separates the costume building from the soy box dispensary.
So you're parking at that back end of that building. Okay.
Yep.
I've got it. There's a section of fence you could try to get over, or if you feel adventurous, you could pull up a manhole and go into the underground.
Oh gosh, no!
What?
I don't go into the underground.
Why not? You've
I
only
have
been in there twice.
Yeah, I've seen the things that live there. They're way scarier than rats.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you how to do your job.
But I will go up a fire escape and get on the roof of the fabric building, and then jump down onto the theater.
I'm gonna roll 3d6. If I get above a 14, there is actually a fire escape left. I got a 15.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Make athletics plus agility.
Okay. Athletics plus agility.
I do believe that is the jumping check.
How about gymnastics instead of athletics?
I think that would work just fine.
Okay.
Kind of like do it in some spectacular way.
So it's 4. And then agility.
Yes.
That's 10 total. Let me get my dice roller here. 4 successes.
Very nice.
So yeah, so I jump up to grab the lower part of the fire escape, but not the ladder that comes down because I don't want to make any noise with it. So I, get up on a dumpster and jump up to the fire escape and just pull myself over the ledge and then start climbing it to the top. Should I do a stealth roll?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
If you want to, that's your call.
Will it help me keep it quiet? That's what I'm going to do.
If you don't roll, you're not quiet.
Yep, I'm rolling.
Okay.
I am rolling.
I just came to a decision, everybody. Moving forward, from this point on, I keep forgetting that rain has a -2 effect on pretty much everything you do outside. So as far as it goes for when you're doing shit outside, just keep going the way we are and ignore the rain penalty. But when you guys do shit on the inside that would not be affected by rain, we're just going to give you guys a happy +2 dice. Because that way, I can start fucking remembering this shit because I hate giving bonuses. So parkouring inside gives a +2. Parkouring outside, no bonus. Because Max can't remember the goddamn rain.
I got 3 successes on sneaking.
All right. You sneak like a man being hunted by a werewolf. Oh, wait. The last time you were on a roof, you were.
Yeah. That's what's actually being replayed through my mind right now. It's, the last time I was in the rain on a roof, I fell off. It was like 10 stories?
Oh, it was only 4. And he took it all because you fell on him, remember?
I know, but when I tell the story, it's 10 stories.
He keeps getting the building's getting taller. I love it.
Like a 20-story skyscraper. Anyways. Yeah, survived. Okay, so I'm getting up on the roof of the costume place. And
costume place, yep. There's some broken skylights, a bunch of other stuff up here. There is what looks to be a large mat of laundry that looks almost like it's a nest of some type. Definitely creeps you out upon first sight. Like, what the fuck is that?
Werewolf nest.
Maybe. You know how they lay eggs.
Yeah. Like platypuses.
What?
It's a wereplatypus.
The Cadbury werewolf.
So you know what? I'm while I'm up here and have this unique perspective, I'm gonna do another scope around of the surrounding area to see if I see anything I missed.
Remember, you can buy successes for every 4 dice you would normally roll. You can pay for get an automatic 1.
Yeah, so
I honestly think rolling is the better option.
Yeah, it is. If I had 12 dice, I would roll it, or I would buy it, but I only have 11, so. Okay. 6 successes!
Jesus
Do I have a
Christ.
limit? Like, is there a limit on this stuff?
Yes, it is your mental.
Oh, then I only got 5.
Whatever! It's still really good! Alright, yeah, you know what? Go ahead and let's get a description on this one. Actually, you know what? I'll do it. So you move to the edge of the building, you lean over, you look down. The 2 guys with the soy calf hang out. You get a good eye on them. They're hanging out near the edge. They're looking. They're talking. You kind of can hear their voices echoing right up towards you. And you stop, so you hunker down. You speak Mandarin?
No.
Ah, you don't, do you? But what do you have that could help you out here? Your comlink can record shit.
Yes. So I will record it.
This is part of your perception. You're like, you stop, you pull your phone out, you zip, 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 hit the button, and it's picking up the rain. And so, you're not too fluent on computers, but you know shit. So you slide it around for a moment, and you hit the record. You know it's picking up like a variety of channels, and you just record and start listening to what they're saying for a moment. They converse for a minute, and then one elbows the other one, and he rolls his eyes as he heads off to get another soy calf. And the guy looks around. He doesn't even look up, not at all. I mean, he even looks up the road like an idiot, and your bike's parked on the side of the building down the way. He could see that, but he doesn't. He just looks around and goes back to looking like he's completely forgot what the fuck he's doing. You move to the edge of the building, begin looking around for any possible other signs, and at this point, from your vantage point, you can see all the way down that 2 Asian guys are walking down the street from the corner of the building where those other 2 motorcycles are parked. You hang out and wait, and you get to watch the changing of the guards.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll hang out long enough until the changeover is done, and then I'll continue on jumping for the gap to get over to the theater roof.
Not a problem. At least one success on the gymnastics.
I'm just gonna buy it.
All right, you make the leap. The roof is got holes in it, so you make maneuvers around. It's not impossible to get from where you're at down into the building due to either damage or an actual real access that was built into the original building. Which do you want to take?
So I know how hard to patch all of the holes to try and keep as much rain out as possible, so I don't want to go through any of the existing holes. But there is the one roof access that they maintain, so I'm going to go through that.
All right. You open the door, and it's chained, so you have to kind of like move it open and whistle for a moment or two. At some point, an elderly female orc walks up the stairs to see you in shock. You know, it's like looking at you, and then through the darkness, she comes up closer and she stares at you. You know, and they all know you as Odysseus, right?
No, I think everybody calls me Nemo here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, they do. That's right, they do. So she gets up, and she's got a frying pan and she's got a butcher knife in one hand, and she's coming up the stairs, and she's squinting at you. We don't take no more squatters around here. And so, what do you say to her?
Oh gosh. Oh, what's her name? I recognize her.
Yes. Maybe we can reach out to radio, and he can give us a name for an elderly orc woman. While he does that, I'm going to get to my NPC so I can write her name down. Anybody else that's in the audience right now and is like, hey, I'm going to make an NPC's name up. Do it.
Yeah.
Elderly orc woman. She's a squatter in the old theater building in the downtown Redmond section.
If we don't get any suggestions, we'll have to go with Gratilda.
Gratilda?
Gratilda.
Gra.
Radio suggestion is the first.
Granny! Yeah, that works. Because she got tired of people calling her Gratilda.
Got it.
Granny.
I like it.
They couldn't say it. Yeah, just call me Granny. Granny, it's me, Nemo. Can you let me in?
Alright, I'm going to try to do my elderly woman voice that's really gruff without sounding like Cookie from the Shattered Isles. Bear with me. What the hell are you... No, that didn't work.
Wow!
Old woman voice. Here we go. This is my old woman voice. Alright, well, let's do the old woman gruff voice. Oh, Nemo. That sounds like, I don't know. Alright, how about I just do an old man voice and we just call it even?
Yeah.
Oh, Nemo, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm, just trying to get out of the rain, Granny.
She will pull the keys off from the wall nearby and unlock it. It's only meant to keep the ghouls out, and ghouls can't work locks. So she'll unlock the door, pull the chains back to one side, and help you in. Slide a knife into her. What's that thing called? Apron pocket.
Keep those handy, Granny. You might need them.
Might need them for what?
Ghouls?
Ghouls.
Is Rose up still? Or is Rose? Is Ruby up still?
Of course. Always. She's always around.
Excellent. Well, you keep up the good watch, Granny.
She locks the door and goes back down to the kitchen where she is doing some cleaning or something. You wander your way through the different halls. The main hall of the theater is turned into like a meeting hall, as well as like a living room where the TVs are at and stuff like that. You find Ruby there. They're currently watching a really old TV show called The Power Rangers. It's from a long time ago, and it's mostly the kids are up late to have them something to watch. And so they are standing in front of it, doing kung fu stuff, mimicking these people dressed up in their white, green, and red and black jumpsuits.
So I'm going to, approach Ruby like. So, just to describe my mental state, I am terrified that I have led bad things to come for these people, because like I just seem to drag bad stuff around with me all the time, and they didn't ask for this. So I'm just gonna go up to approach her and kneel down next to her and whisper into her ear, Ruby, can we speak privately for a minute?
She'll give a nod, take the small child out of her lap and put it into the chair, or hand it to the woman sitting next to her. Hand the remote over to someone else and she says, I will be back shortly. Don't start the next VHS without me. And so you will walk out into the hallway and then into another room that's somewhat derelict but at least private. The smell of mold and rain, the sewers coming up, gives this room a funk. But nobody stays here for that reason. There's no floor beneath it, and it goes straight into the ground. And there's a busted pipe somewhere down below you. So it's whew as you walk in.
Ruby, I've done some terrible things, and I'm afraid that I may have put everyone here in danger.
She seems a bit shocked.
There are people outside watching for me to return, and I'm afraid that once I do, there will be lots of trouble. So I managed to get in without them seeing me. But I honestly don't know what to do. I can give myself up and save everyone here, and that seems like the most right option.
Who are these people? She'll start off the conversation.
It's the Tong.
It's like a gang of Asian men and women.
Typically, yeah.
She'll nod. And you've made them upset, and now they're looking for you, not for the rest of us.
Yes.
I am.
I fear that if they think that I'm here still, they'll think that you are hiding me.
As they should. And if we go out and handle them, they'll know you're here. Maybe it's time to find a new place to lay low at and let them know that you are there. And she smiles. Because sometimes if you're going to catch rats, you got to put a trap out.
That's not a bad idea.
She'll put her hand up onto your chest. You feel your arm warm when she touches your chest. She goes, I've been around a little while. I've got some experience with this. Catching rats, anyways. And she'll smile.
Okay. So I just need to leave in a flashy way.
She nods.
Is there somewhere safe that everyone here can stay while I go leave in a flashy way?
I can get people off the first floor, if that's what you're worried about.
Yes. I would hate for anyone to get hit by a stray.
I'll get everybody to let them know that there might be something happening to get away from all the windows and doors. And then when I give you the signal, it'll probably be best. How are you going to leave?
Through the front door.
She nods.
Yeah. I'll go make sure I pack all my things.
I don't want to see you go, but I understand that this is the best choice.
I'll find a way to repay your hospitality.
How's Fira?
She's well. I'm
Good.
still not sure I'm right for her, but if you're sure I am, I'll trust your judgment.
She'll grab you by the hand like she does forcefully. You know, she's got those old woman hands that are stronger than steel. And she'll pull your hand up and she'll pull it back. And when she does, the brand on your arm appears. She goes, I want you to know that you are not the only one who carries with you someone special. I find many people, and not all of them do I give this gift to. So just know that you are like many others. You're special, you're capable, and the life you live can help this young spirit grow. And she touches you on the forehead and it's like a connection. So she's touching your arm with one hand, she touches your forehead, and you feel like there's a fiery loop for a moment, and she says, you are building so much. And she pauses for a moment. Good things inside you, that Fira is growing. And she'll pull her finger away from your head. It's hard to explain, and I think I've already tried telling you once before how we spirits grow. It's not through food, it's through experiences. And she's living off your experiences. You ever heard of a thing called a vampire? There's movies about them. They can turn into bats and drink blood. It's a strange and terrible thing. Well, spirits are like vampires, but we're not taking anything that you use. Does that make any sense? You would never have known it, but you create magic. Let's just call it that. Through the work you do and the things that you do, you create magic. And it's that magic that Fira grows on. You do it, your friends do it, people you're with do it, people who go to work do it, people who don't go to work do it. People who do things more than others do it often. You live an exciting and strange life. I know. I can see it. And that's what she lives off of. You might not feel it's an appropriate thing for a child, but she's not a child. She's not even a person yet. She's a reflection of what you think she's supposed to be. In time, you will realize what she's supposed to be, and Fira will grow. And if everything goes well, she'll grow at the right moment when you need her the most.
Right. So I feel a little bit bolstered by her pep talk.
She pulls her hand away from the fiery mark on your arm.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go make some magical experiences tonight. Yeah.
Sorry.
We're gonna go feed some vampires. Yeah, no. So honestly, I don't think Nemo would say anything in response. It's time to go get ready for business.
All right.
Yeah, so I go up to my cot and start packing all of my goodies, making sure all of my weapons are loaded and ready. Olga's prepped. I've got all my suits in my duffel bag. I think I've got a couple grenades left.
Pineapples.
Oh yeah, pineapples. Pineapple Express. Yeah. So that's what I'm just gonna quietly and thoughtfully pack all my things and put all my guns in accessible places in my jacket.
As you're packing and doing stuff, at some point you turn to grab some more gear, and Fear is standing in the room watching you pack. Why are we leaving?
Because we have some exciting adventures to go on.
You see her eyes glitter. And she smiles. But you're scared.
I don't know how it'll turn out.
She'll reach up and grab you by your finger and say, I'll protect you.
And so I'll take my other hand and I'll put it on her shoulder and I'll protect you.
Her eyes glitter all the same. It's like you just found all the right code in the pick-a-path conversation to get the best result out of it.
Yes.
And by that, you're going to have a temporary edge.
Oh. Yes.
You feel that same warm cycle passing through you and Fira that you felt passing through you and Ruby at that moment in time.
Okay.
All right, you guys work together to pack your bag, get yourself all ready to go, and then she disappears. What happens next?
I am going to wait quietly in my room until I get the signal from me. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'll go back up to the roof and scope out, see if anything's changed.
The two guys in the back have been replaced. Or sorry, the two guys at the soy calf have been replaced by two new guards.
Has the Nissan Altima moved?
So you're gonna. It's gonna take a bit to get to that side and take a look. So you're gonna have to go down, walk through some of the back alleyways, and get near the dentistry shop, and look through the fencing. That's where you'll see the Nissan Altima.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do some sneak rolls.
Yes.
And some perception rolls. Sneak is 10. Perception's dice. So perception, only 2 successes.
That's not bad.
Sneaking, only 2 successes.
That's not bad. Considering that it's dark, it's rainy. I'm assuming you're not using any light source. You're just using whatever light source is ambient in the area, which, for the most part, there are lights strung up. And so the alleyway between the old dentistry shop and the 2 buildings isn't that bad off. It does creep you out a bit because you know that a troll lives in the dentistry shop. She doesn't come out. She's from South Africa. She has a very thick accent, and she's scary looking as hell. She kind of makes Trollface look tiny in the way that she stands herself and whatnot. So as you're passing by the dentistry, you see her in there. And, of course, she's black-skinned, so all you can see is her eyes looking out at you. And it's like, oh, shit. Oh, sorry, And she's watching you as you walk by her place. So, unnerved by that, you move up. You see that the Ultima is still there, but you think those are 2 different people. You don't spend too much time around here because for fear of this large woman deciding to manhandle you. Not that you couldn't handle yourself and get away, but doesn't mean she won't break or rip off an arm in the process.
Yeah, and make a whole lot of noise.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure she's a sweet lady.
Tremendously.
Yeah, so, okay. So I'm pretty confident. I'm not going to come out and have any surprises. So I'll go back and wait for Ruby to give me the all clear.
She gives you the all clear.
Oh. All right. So I've got my duffel bag slinged up over my shoulder, like tight to my back, over my my big armored coat. and I've got the submachine gun is tucked inside on a lanyard. I've got several pistols in different pockets, and but when I walk out, I've got Olga just out plain view.
Oh shit!
Just coming out.
Surprise!
So before I come out, here's my plan. I'm gonna come out the front, immediately turn right towards the Soybucks dispensary,
Yeah.
and just. Oh right, sorry, left towards the dispensary.
No, it's right. You had it right.
It's right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's to the right.
Right towards the dispensary, and pat, and then come around to the car and then see what's happening there.
So that you're going to shoot that way, then walk down the street, the block, look up the road to the Ultimate, and just start plowing into the front of it.
Yep.
Okay. These guys have no idea. They see you walk out, and they get no initiative because in their heads it doesn't click. Then they see you, that you've walked out the front door. This was not what they were expecting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no mask.
Oh, good catch. All
Yeah,
right.
no mask, so they know it's me.
All right, so they're standing there drinking their coffee. They stare at you. There is literally seconds of them just like, oh shit.
Yeah. I want that long where our eyes meet and then the camera zooms in a little bit and then it switches to them and zooms in a little bit and then there's like the raised eyebrows of oh god it's him and that's when I pop.
All right, let's do an initiative.
All right.
These guys are equal to corporate security.
Jesus.
3d6 plus 12.
I can't leave you guys alone for like a day.
Silence,
y'all
brain
like-
tumor girl.
I'm just saying.
You're not here. You're having a good time.
I know, I'm having a great time. Terror happened at the city today.
Well, let's see. That's initiative.
23.
Yep.
They got an 8, and I'll even roll for the other guy. Well, look at that. He got an 8 as well. All right, 23. John.
I will do a 3-round burst at the closest one. So that is, gosh, gotta find.
Burst fire. They get a -2 penalty on their defense. They have a reaction, and they have intuition. That's 7 dice.
Oh yeah, I have to roll it.
Do you remember how to do that?
Yeah, it is. So my automatics plus my assault rifle, 8 dice, plus my agility.
Yes.
This thing. 0. Roll. 5 success.
Nice. I'm looking for something real quick, and then we're gonna. I know it was around here somewhere. No. That's what I'm looking for. All right.
I'm not making the wrong choice, but it's already made. I have profiled the shit out of it.
Dodge, I do believe, is only for melee and unarmed, where they sacrifice some of their initiative to dodge. A character armed or unarmed looking for a quick, short burst to his melee defense. Yeah, okay. These guys just want to dive for cover. Hit the
Good
dirt.
luck.
Character who has already used their free action may use drop prone when caught in suppressive fire using this action. The defender does not need to make a reaction plus edge test, but is considered prone in the next action. Why can't they just throw themselves behind cover? That only works against suppressive fire. That doesn't make any sense. They should be able to, like, I'm losing some of my initiative to throw myself behind cover. There's full defense, but that requires a -10 to their initiative. They only got 8, so they can't even do that. Let's see if that's what I want them to do.
I'm okay with them forfeiting their next turn to dive for cover this one.
This action adds a character's willpower to the defense test for the entire combat turn. No, that's not it. So dodge is for melee, parry is for some other shit. Hit the dirt is only for suppressive fire, but full defensive allows you to add your willpower into dodging, but it costs 10 on the initiative, so they ain't got shit. Their reaction and intuition is 7 dice in total. You're spray firing, so they lose 2. That's 5 dice they get to roll. I can do that. I like that idea.
So what are they doing? They're dying?
They're using their full defensive and they're going for cover. Cover of the soy bucks. But they're suffering 2 dice penalty. So we're going to see if the cover bonus is going to be worthwhile to them. It doesn't matter. They're going to use the cover bonus. They're going to use cover. So
I mean, one can always hide behind the other.
They're going to lose 2 dice, and then they're going to lose 2 dice for your spray, so that's a total of 3 dice they both get to roll. All right, are you spraying only one of them or both of them?
Oh, I'm just going for one of them first.
Okay, for the first one, he gets 3 dice. He got 1 success, so he's diving for cover. You got 5, so that's 4.
Okay.
The cover he's taking is a concrete wall. So we'll go ahead and do the damage of your gun. Is
the damage is... Let's see. Trying to remember how to read this. Oh, 9p, so it's 9 plus the bonuses, or plus the...
Yeah,
ones that
9
didn't
plus
get
the
canceled
extra
out.
successes. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 plus 9 is 13.
13.
All right.
And it's got a armor piercing of -2, if that helps at all.
A concrete wall has an armor value of 6 and a structure of 4. So we knock off 2 off the armor. That makes it an 8. That's how much damage goes through from it. So 8 from what you've done of, what was that, 13?
Yep.
5 points of damage go through. Does he have any armor on? He has an armor jacket on. No, I don't think he has an armor jacket. These guys aren't wearing armor. They've just got handguns because they're here to... Alright, so... he has a body of 4 versus 5 damage. 1 success, so he takes 3 points of damage, which means he's going to suffer a penalty. But he gets nicked, so he jumps for the building, you spray into him in the building, you get him. But he's still behind cover.
Okay.
I was on 23. 13.
Same thing on the other guy.
Okay.
I'm a three round burst the second one. Let's see.
Okay, what's your recoil at?
So let's see. That's 3 rounds that I've shot. The first one's free, right?
Yes.
So that's 2 versus my strength, which is 4. So I can get 2 more rounds off before I start feeling recoil.
I don't believe so. Do you have a compensation on the gun that's like ridiculously high?
1.
Oh, never mind. I thought it would be higher than that. I do believe it is 1 for every 3 points of strength. Oh, fuck. Man.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Suppressive fire, full auto burst, fire modes, shotgun spread. Oh my god! I forgot how this game works. Recoil. Strength divided by 3. You get 1 free point against anything you start anytime you start firing. You add a third of your strength and then your recoil compensation. So your strength is?
Your strength is 1.
Your strength is 1?
Oh, sorry, my strength is 4.
So that's 1.
So yeah, I get
so
1.
At 2, and the gun has another one that's 3.
Yep.
So yeah, we're good because you only have a -2 because of the gun. First bullet's free. So
Okay.
you would have a -2 penalty. So you have no penalty, is what I'm saying, for this burst.
Whew. Excellent.
And to the audience, if you know better after this shot, please inform me because I forget.
Recoil's hard.
Recoil's hard, man.
Okay, so roll my
14
dice to hit. Only 2 successes. Oh my gosh, that's
right. This guy gets 3 dice to do the same thing: dodge to cover. He got 1 success, so he's able to get out of the way of the spray completely, taking no damage. In other words, you shoot the building more than you shot him.
Okay.
I understand. You know, I should totally make this game go back to slug throwers. Everybody's firing muskets, 1 shots.
So
Stand down, you trolley bastard! Let me reload my musket. And this is how you reload your musket.
I've done that. I've made my fire. So now I can still move, right?
Yes, it's a simple action to. Actually, you could have done both of those on 23 because it's a simple action to go spray fire, spray fire.
Oh yeah, I could have.
Yeah, we can do that. So the answer to that would have been on 23. No, you can't move. Okay. But on 13, you can. So on 13, do you want to move?
Yeah. On 13, I'm gonna run like across the street so that I can be line of sight with these 2 guys again.
Oh no! Their cover bonus is useless.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think the range is going to change too much at this point in time because you're just, so close. So that's on 13. That's a simple. I do believe running is a complex action.
Yep.
So you run across the street as a complex action. Then on 3, because these guys have no initiative, you get to go again.
So on 3, I think I'm just gonna go full spray on both of them.
Oh my god!
So let's see, that's 6. I've got 9 bullets left. That's a full spray, right?
No, it's 10 for full spray.
No.
So
Okay. Well,
2, 3 round bursts, and
Yep.
Yep.
I'll just do 1 burst at each of them again.
Yeah. So same dice, 2 14s. Go for it. They're still at -2s. So they're still got 3 dice as they're now trying to hide more so in the soy calf. Oh my god!
7 on the first one. 3 on the second one.
Can you get a 7 on the first one?
Let me double check.
It's there's a rating on the guns that's your
Yep.
limit.
It's 7. The accuracy is 7.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. All right, so I'm going to, because they're huddled in that corner, I'm going to give them a penalty of 1 dice. He got 1 success, so he takes 6 plus 9, 15. His body is 4. He's already taken 3. He stops none, so he's taken a total of 19. All right, the next guy got 3, so he's got 2 dice to move out of the way. He gets 1, so you do 11. His condition modifier, by the way, is 10. He has 4 dice to roll with his body. He stops 1. He takes 10. He has 0, 2. Yep. You spray 6 bullets into the soy calf satellite place, taking out the 2 Tong guys. That ends this initiative. We're also out of combat because they don't look like they're getting up anytime soon.
Yep. So so from the corner that I just took them out at, if I walk straight past that building and then turn, will I be facing the car?
You would turn around and head away from their position.
Okay.
And then you'd turn away from them, walk down the street and turn to the left, and you'd be facing the Ultima. If you walk past them and then turn to the right, you'll be facing their motorcycles.
Okay. So I am going to reload. I'm going to pop the magazine out of Olga, put the magazine with the one round in my pocket, and pop my extra magazine in there. Mm-hmm. Chamber around, mm-hmm. and start walking menacingly through the rain towards the Ultima. So I want to come from the front of the Ultima, like around the corner, and then make eye contact with the driver, and then shoot the driver. Is my plan.
So you're walking toward the Ultima?
Yep.
Straight on, so he can see you if he looks up from his phone.
Yep.
I'll make him roll perception.
I mean, like, if they haven't heard any of the gunfire.
He's got 7 dice. And yes, he has heard the gunfire. So I'll give him an extra 2 dice.
Yeah, because I don't think Olga even has
There's nothing that can suppress Olga.
Yes, she will not be suppressed.
Yeah, so as you walk around the corner and you're reloaded and you're walking menacingly toward him, the car immediately cranks up and starts driving straight towards you.
Oh, yes! Oh, a dance. Okay.
Initiative.
Yep.
He's going on a 9.
Oh, good. Let's see. It's 3 plus 12. 6. Oh, that's only 18. Yep. That's okay.
Okay, 18's first.
I'm gonna do a full auto spray into the driver's seat.
All right. There's a change to the damage value for that. I just gotta look it up real quick. It also gives a -9 for his defense. To note, he's just driving very quickly towards you, so...
Yep.
No change in damage. Just a -9 to his defense. So, yeah. Let's roll the hit.
Okay. Oh, only 3 successes?
Do you want to use that temporary edge you got?
Yes, to reroll all my failures.
Do it.
So let's see. So 14 minus 3 is 11. Okay, so 6 successes.
Total of 15 points. All right, the car's body is about 6, and your armor piercing is 2.
Yep.
So it's 4. So of the 15, because he's not dodging, he's going to try to run you over.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe. He's watched movies. He's seen this. The bullets bounce off the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
Always believe movies, kids.
4 from the 15 is 11 points straight toward him. He has a body of 4. He stops 1, so he takes 10 of his condition of 10. So the car on 18, which is now accelerating towards you, no longer has a living driver.
Excellent.
So on 9, the passenger, who the car is also, because you just 2 hands spray straight into the driver, 10 rounds. The passenger, on the other hand, grabbed the wheel and he's trying to up with it. So now the car is swerving all over the place. He's going to try to make a pilot roll, which he does not have, and agility, so he defaults. I'll give him a penalty from driving from the passenger's seat. He has 1 dice. He makes 1 success. He continues the car on its course. But it's not to hit you. It's to drive past you and get away, because he ain't stupid. He's trying to get the hell out of Dodge, so he's grabbed his dead friend's leg and pushed it into the gas as he's driving from the passenger seat.
Okay.
As the car passes by, you see the young woman frantically trying to navigate and drive from the passenger seat as the car goes zipping past you.
I am going to, on my 8, do a 3-round burst at the tire as they're driving away.
Okay.
Try and stop the car.
Go for it.
So I fired 10 rounds.
Yep.
So I should take a penalty on my dice roll,
6.
right? Woo! 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Wow. Only 8 dice this time.
You hit the
3
tire.
successes! Hey, you know what? I'm gonna... Should I do another edge to re-roll the... No, I won't. I'll save it.
The car's armor value will knock off at least 1 from that. That's 12, so it's 11. The tire can't take 11 points of damage. You blow the tire.
All right.
The car now has... was this a front tire or rear tire?
Rear tire. Because it was... Because I assume it was already past me.
Yeah.
When I was shooting at it, so I would have had an easier shot at the rear tire.
Yeah. All right. Oh, radio's right. It does reset because you said you aim at the tire. I do believe aiming is a free action.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
double check. Take aim falls under simple action. Okay, hang on. Oh, I apologize. Your spray is a full round, a full action. So you could, is a complex action. You cannot aim and then do a 3-round burst this round.
Wait, why not?
Wait, no, you're right. Haha. So yes, you take a simple action to aim and a simple action to 3-round burst. You can roll the rest of your dice. Doesn't matter though. Radio's right.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Tire's gone. Now it's the rear tire, which there's no power or control to this Ultima going to the rear power, so the front wheel still gets the drive.
Yeah, I was just hoping that it would throw the car out of control.
It will. The person has to make a piloting roll, which she has 1 dice to.
Ooh.
Fails, and it's a critical glitch. John, I'm going to let you describe this.
Oh man. So as the tire blows, it makes the car fishtail on the wet street. And when she overcorrects, the car spins out and the rear end takes out a fire hydrant on the corner. So the car hits the hydrant and a plume of water shoots up, and it just kind of comes to a rest, spinning in an intersection.
Okay. When the car takes and hits that fire hydrant, they can easily split off. But in the movies, it's like this cool moment where the water just starts spewing. But that's not what can happen to a car like this. So I'm going to add into it as it hits the back end of the car will then roll. Not into traffic, but just roll onto this top half and stop at the bottom of the street.
Excellent. Yeah, so I will push Olga back over my shoulder on her sling to lay on top of the duffel bag on my back, and I'll get the submachine gun out from my jacket, and I'll come up to the car cautiously.
Sure.
But confidently. Because look at what I'm doing in the streets. Ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Yup. She's got 5 dice to notice you. She hasn't been injured. She's definitely panicked. She makes 1 success. So I'm going to say that she sees you approaching the vehicle.
Yeah, she sees my boots splashing in the water as I come up.
Yeah. I'm going to make her do a reaction plus agility roll to try to get out of her seatbelt and try to get out of the car. This is her objective. Get out of the seatbelt, get out of the car. I want her to make at least 3 successes to get out of the car, 2 to get out of the seatbelt. So, order of operations. She's got 8 dice to do this. bam, she's out of the seatbelt, but she ain't out of the car.
Oh.
So you can see that she falls down and she's trying to fumble with it. But you also can see that she's armed with a Colt Manhunter. She's trying to fumble with her gun at this point in time.
Okay. So I'll do like a 3-round burst at the ground, like along the frame of the window, just to make sure I have her attention. So I'm not trying to hit her.
Right.
I don't know if you want me to roll to miss.
No.
But okay.
No, you're not. You're more than capable. I'm assuming to do this.
my tactical strikes on the asphalt.
But you can make an intimidate at this point.
Yes. That's what I'm doing.
An intimidation with bullets.
Totes intimidating right now. And I actually have intimidation now, which is nice. So let's see. That's a 2 plus my charisma. Is that what I'm using to intimidate?
No, that's a terrible attribute.
Yeah, it is.
I would use your agility instead.
Okay, yeah, because I'm intimidating with my
the
bullets.
Accuracy by which you're placing the bullets into the concrete.
Okay, so that's going to give me an 8 total. Good, I've already got 8 dialed in. 2 successes.
All right. You definitely stir her into a panic. So she's going to be working with penalties at this point in time as she tries to get her shit figured out. Initiative. 10.
Wow. That's the best all day.
I know, right?
Let's see. It's 11, 12, 13, 25.
Okay, 25.
I'm gonna crouch down, like a good 5 feet from the window, kind of look down with my gun like pointed down along the ground towards the car. Tell your boss I've moved, but I'll be in touch. And then I'll stand back up.
Okay.
And start walking away.
Okay. She's gonna make a composure check. How does that look? 5 dice. Okay, that's a decent composure check. She doesn't do anything stupid like just start blindly shooting at you because she's scared shitless. She doesn't shoot at all.
Yep.
She is, on the other hand, trying to get out of the car. You can hear her banging on the car. So you begin to leave. At this point in time, we overshot by 20 minutes. I wanted to take a break about 20 minutes ago. I didn't say anything because we get into an intense moment. I appreciate you guys hanging out. When we get back, we're going to pick up with the last 2 of our individuals. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. Unfortunately, I forgot to build the break scene for this. No, I'm kidding. I'm on top of things. All right, back in 10. Welcome back. All right. Woo! Man, I definitely had to take a moment there. There's only so much one can retain as far as it goes for fluids. So, if you're just catching up with us, we are original box set, and we are playing Shadowrun, and that's all the reintroduction I want to do. So let's move on. Okay, so Robin.
Yes.
You have lived in Seattle for
Off and on.
off and on.
We've both parents were high up in the triad, so time was pretty much spent living either in Guilin in China or Seattle for pretty much the entire life.
Right.
So her age, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Yes, she is 21.
Jeez, she's young.
Yeah, 21-year-old orc.
Still young.
Yeah.
Definitely seen quite a bit of life if she's from the way that the character description goes. So, you and Alexander, this is the contact that I'm putting you in touch with.
Mm-hmm.
You and Alexander have been working together. Do you have a fixer on your character sheet? I don't remember seeing one.
I didn't have a fixer, no.
You do.
All right.
His name is Alexander.
Okay.
He is in the corner of the room that you're in right now. He's got his hand on the wall. He just got finished dry heaving. He had some, looks like tofu and coffee recently. In the room with you guys is the remnants of someone he knew, someone that you had actively used your magic to find. You had gathered special things of this gentleman and used your special magical talents to hunt him down. And here you are in this house, in this suburbia, far from the main stretches of downtown Seattle. And this man has been cut from ear to ear. There's blood pooled all over the place. He sits in a chair facing away from the door. There's a bit of a boot print in some of the blood. You've already sensed the area. There is a presence that walked through here a couple of hours ago. It's the only presence that is layered in this room. It had a strong emotional event take place that slightly altered the background here. It's left a fingerprint. You're smart. I saw your stats. Your character's really smart. You've memorized this impression. You're not sure if this is the murderer, but Alexander is definitely bothered by the scene. All you know is this is the only oppression that you got here. There's a lot of opportunities at this point in time to look at this and be like, how did this guy die? Because normally a murderer has a different impression on the scene, and although the person that was here did leave an impression, you're not sure that person could be the murderer, but that's the only thing you've got to go on is this other person that came through. You've got their signature in your mind.
Well, she's smart. She knows the only lead she has. She knows even if this guy isn't the murderer, if this guy wasn't the murderer, there's a good chance this was a message for that guy. So if you want to determine the message is
right. Alexander,
we gotta find this guy.
Takes a moment and he starts to breathe. Do we know who did it? Do we have any leads? Anything?
A man was here. He left a strong impression on the scene, a significant impression on the scene. I do not know that he is the murderer, but
Is there anybody else?
none that I can
Then he's
sense.
got to be the murderer.
Mm,
Lee, don't do this to me. I need to know who killed my brother.
I will help you find him,
God damn it.
but to talk.
I knew that. He walks over and he's his brother. You've met Chris a number of times. Chris was a really laid back kind of guy. He was friendly to a lot of people, but Alex, on the other hand, is all about business. So when you look at them, you see yin and yang, and you can feel that yin is now without its yang, and you know that he is
And then
imbalanced.
I'm going to reach out and say, "We will talk first. I have no problem with killing him if he is the murderer, but we need information." She's brutally honest.
Which is fine.
She's yeah.
We got to do something. We can't leave him here.
Yeah. True.
I have to remember something real quick. Hang on. I just made a mistake.
Uh-oh, made a mistake.
Haha, I remembered my mistake. Okay, so we have an elderly cat here who can't eat dry food, and I left dry food on the ground. Problem solved.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Oh,
can,
no.
because otherwise he would have been hovered there over it going.
Getting himself constipated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex, he grabs the back of his brother's head, and he's holding back that the sob, but you can see it in his face, and if he is, don't even hesitate. Just don't.
I will not. I had a Meme, her younger sister. I'm still searching for her.
He bites his
She
lip.
looks a look and say, "I will burn some incense and dross and hell money for him tonight," and then walk out.
As you leave, maybe he weeps, but you hear him get on the phone. I need you to come to an address. I need a mess cleaned up. And I need you to take really good care. I need you here as quick as possible.
Yeah. I get the feeling Alexander and I are more.
He's your fixer. He's provided you safe houses, fetishes. He's contacted you with people to get you reagents, parts for your magical lodge.
And plus we probably understand each other better.
You have an amazing skill, and that's what he turns around going, "Hey guys, you need a mage? I got a mage." And that's so he's been really good to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can put him on your sheet with a loyalty of 4 and a connections of 4.
Loyalty of 4 and connections of what? Sorry, you cut out.
4. He stays in that room for a little bit talking as you walk through the rest of the house. Whoever came in came specifically to this place. They knew exactly where they were going. And so did Chris. The bare ebbs of Chris's imprint into the area moved through here. He came here by himself, Chris did. Or I should say, the only 2 people who have came in here are Chris and this other individual. Nobody else came. So, but at the same time, there is no malice in this other individual's aura that was left behind. And it's fading at this point in time. It's becoming a mixture with the rest of the background.
It does not fit with a crime of passion. That's not
Exactly.
does not fit. I need to find this other guy. Does something rash.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to. Don't know have ability with, but I'm going to try and summon a weak air elemental. Try and get it to find this guy's scent.
Okay.
So just a level 1 elemental. So 7. No successes.
Wow. No successes, and there's a 1, but it's not half of them are a 1. So,
I just don't get anything's
yeah,
attention.
there's nothing. A murder just happened here, and so the background is very red.
I'll walk down to one of the parks, find a secluded space.
Sure, not a problem. You wander through the rain to find a local park. A gathering of trees, of cusp of trees and some bushes.
Yes, and they essentially send a scent message to a friendly elemental. See if something something like minty and soothing. Basically saying, I mean you no harm, I just want to talk.
Okay. The spirit approaches. You can feel its presence, but you do not see it. It's lingering in the astral plane right now. It has not manifested.
I I I very carefully look in its general direction, but not directly at it. General direction, and I say, there was a murder here, nearby here. And there was another man. I need to find this other man. I do not know if he is the murderer. But he feels like this. And I push my impression of the other man into the elementals. Please find him and bring me to him.
Okay. What force rating spirit did you bring up? Because you've got
Just a 1.
just a 1. So you've got
Yeah.
2 things you're gonna. So it's got twice its force rating. Maybe it's an air. So I don't know what those numbers mean.
Yeah,
One
it's
second.
just.
Un momento, por favor. Here we go. Air.
Well, it's not. I don't know that it's air, but it's an information.
You could always do a watcher. You could always create.
I
a
don't have
watcher
the watcher ritual.
Oh, you don't have a watcher ritual?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. No, that's fine.
Yeah. And I'm going to look up what the actual spirit for my
Man or
my
fire would be the better choice at this point.
well, I yeah, but remember I'm a Wuxing mage, so that changes what I use. So, books, street grimoire.
Because, that air spirit's only going to have 2 dice. A man spirit would have 3 dice.
Yeah. I'm going to look up what the information, what the Wuxing elementals are anyway.
Wuxi elementals.
All right. Street.
Did you find it?
Buddhist. It's coming. Whooshing. Okay, detection would be Earth, actually.
Okay.
So I summon an Earth elemental.
So that would be a sensing plus intuition.
Yes.
Because they get search. I'm just looking at the spirits for the main book. Earth spirits get search.
Yeah.
Air spirits get search.
Yeah, so...
Man spirits get search, and they would be better at it. But you don't get a man spirit, do you?
Nope, I get fire, earth, plant, water, and guidance.
Okay. I don't know 2 of those. All right, so Earth it is. 2 dice, as far as I can tell, for a search.
So I just see, and then I see if I can't really trace it myself. Well, I can sense.
Yep.
So I can sense, do some sensing myself.
Yes, so it's magic plus intuition for a search. So for the spirit, it's going to be its basically his rating times 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I got, and I probably should have just done the sensing anyway. I got buku sensing.
The spirit can aid you in doing this.
Yeah. So we'll use that to aid.
Sure, I'll roll for it real quick. Awesome, nothing. It's not really helpful. But let's do your sensing roll instead.
Let's see, sensing 5, magic 6. Out of 11. 20 successes.
Excellent. Are you? So I'm assuming you're actual projecting at this point in time. You're not just peeking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I find myself like secure place and drop the body and go.
Okay. We'll assume that Alexander's car is nearby enough that you can do this.
Yeah, so I just lie down in the back seat.
The world underneath you slips away, and everything begins moving in its odd, jerky patterns of civilized lights and motions of man and around this ape-built citadel beneath you. What's this radio saying? He's saying guidance spirits with also had search. Still, right. She did force rating 1, so she'd probably still only get like 3 dice out of it unless she was lucky in some way, shape, or form.
Let's see.
You pull up and begin feeling the flow of mana throughout the astral space and begin looking for the trails that this man might have left behind. They move quickly away from the area, but you, in astral space, begin zipping after the lines that he's left behind. He mounted onto a vehicle, a motorcycle it looks like. You can tell by the way it's shaped and designed and the way he moves away from the location, the last of his signature as you begin zipping behind it. He probably went at high speeds, but in astral space, none of that matters. You, as well, can transcend time and distance in the blink of an eye or the thought of a mind. You blitz for just a moment as you follow after his suit, and you come across his location resides at a place where the background count is on average about 2. You have entered into the Redmond Barrens. This place is terrible. It's filled with decay, murder every once in a while. People live haphazardly or sordidly, in which they're not happy, they're existing. But you see that he centers around a building that is brilliant. Inside there is lights, powerful, hardy, healthy spirits are in there, and their essence, their magical presence, leaks out every once in a while, creating like a glow from the inside of this earthen construct. Whoever it or they are, they're at least a spirit of pronounce, as you can see a few of them pass by openings of this derelict building. Does your character have any knowledge of Seattle's like geology and buildings and stuff like that? Because if you do, you might know where you're at.
I don't think so.
So you don't know where you're at. You just know that you're in the Redmonds because of the way at which it will take a moment of determining where to go, and you can lay yourself like a trail to follow back here later.
Or I can have the earth elemental. If I brought it along, it can guide me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
All right, so you see this building, you're like, and you see that he enters, and it's a he, by the way his pattern trails. He enters the building. So you're watching it. Okay. You tell the Earth Elemental to stay here, and he acknowledges. And so then what?
And then I go back to my body, and
do you tell the spirit to do anything else?
Just basically I tell it to be a marker. Like okay. I tell it to blaze a trail back.
Sure. He can guide you to where he's going to be, where he's at.
So.
And that's what you want to do? Because you got 2 successes, you can ask him to do 2 things.
Yep.
All right.
So. In my body.
Okay.
Going to what's this from?
I think we're losing you, Robin.
Sorry. My video's not acting really well today.
Well, it's
how far?
Now.
Yeah. How far away am I from this?
Come on.
How can I get a sense of how far away I am?
It's gonna. You're in. So you're on the gaming page. You should be on the map. You're in Sonomish.
All right.
You're in Sonomish. And this is, you see that in the Redmonds, you see the 202?
Mm-hmm.
If you follow that up, there's a place where that highway splits.
Mm-hmm.
That's the area for the Redmonds downtown. It's rather quite large. And so that you're really not going far. You're just getting on the 202 and riding it south. And which is a lot of street lights and stop signs and stop lights along the way. Some of them are good, some are bad, but once you get in the Redmond, it kind of gets a bit fishy.
Yeah, so...
Probably at most 15 to 20 minutes from the location.
Driving?
Yeah.
Or walking?
Driving.
Driving.
Yes, driving.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure I can rent a motorcycle.
Okay, you want to rent a motorcycle?
Yeah, just for.
Alex is right there with his car. He could drive you there.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm not telling you. You do it. You're the professional. He's not. He's just a fixer.
Yeah, and plus I don't trust he's going to remain calm.
Okay. All right. When you and Alex drive, upon arriving, getting to the scene and coming up the street, there is a police paddy wagon blocking the road ahead of you. Traffic is being diverted in different directions, and you need to keep going straight. flashing red and blue lights cascade their presence all up and down the street.
This is where I was arriving at?
Yes.
Do I sense the man? I'm going to do a sense, see if I can feel the presence of the man.
No.
Okay. Is there any trail?
All right, so you're going to slip out of your body to go look around?
Yeah.
Making a sensing roll.
Yep.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Mm-hmm. You slide out of your body and begin perusing. The area here is intense. The amount of background energies is chaotic. The spirits in the area, those few that are in the area, have fled, except for those who reside inside of the building that you know he was in. You cannot feel him in the building, nor do you see any signs of him in the building, but you see signs that he has come out of the building. He came out of the front of the building, and you can see his trail sways a little bit to one side, and then somewhere near there was death. Then it sways in another direction, and you can see that there's more death. You can also see in the physical world an upset water spirit near some of the death is struggling at this point in time.
Well, I'm going to walk up and try talking to the water spirit.
Okay.
What happened here?
It is saddened. It resided here and played with children during the hotter days, or when there was a chance or a fire. It was always here to help out. But now someone has destroyed his home, and there's blood everywhere.
Do you know who caused your home to be destroyed? I'm not expecting.
It says, it makes a gesture to the imprint left by the man you're following. That man there used a man tool at people in one of the moving boxes, and they died. One of them died and then crashed into my home. They were fighting, killing each other.
Okay, we have a gun battle. Well, I'm going to carefully approach one of the spirits that's moving in and out of the house.
Moving in and out of the what?
Not how the bright building.
None of them are moving out of that building. In fact, they all seem to be staying in that building. It's the ones in the area that have become disrupted, the natural, weak spirits and whatnot, and essence that resides in this area. They've all moved out of the way because there's been 2 deaths here. Death brings negative karma and makes an area tainted and uncomfortable to be in. Kind of like a tack in your shoe.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask the water spirit one more question. Do you know where the man went?
Yes, he points in a direction. You see movement. You see the man's essence, what's left of it, the simple imprint he left behind, leaving the scene. John, you would have taken your motorcycle, right? Yeah, you can just nod. I can see you.
Yeah.
Okay. You see that he moves to the side of the building, and by gesture, you believe he got on a motorcycle and left.
Can I tell which direction he left in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be dropping in and out of my body and giving Alexander directions.
He asked you, what do you know what's going on ahead of us?
There was a gunfight.
A gunfight?
Yes.
Is it our man?
He was one of the players. I do not know who the others were.
Where's he at now?
I give him the direction to the motorcycle.
All right, you start guiding him, and through his driving skill, he starts making his way through back streets and whatnot, and attempting to navigate.
Sure. Mhm. Yeah, I continue giving him guidance.
Excellent. John, how would you have found a safe house?
I would have reached out to Lucky and leveraged our budding friendship, and if not for money, then I would, work for him in exchange for a safe place to stay for.
Well, I didn't need all the other details. Just who. That way I can go from there. I'm assuming. I apologize. So,
No.
Robin, you're following the trail.
Mhm.
As you're doing so, and you're sensing and telling and talking, he's like, are you sure he went this way? This goes into Bellevue.
Yes, I'm certain.
This man's packing heat, and he's driving into Bellevue? Who the hell is this?
That we must determine.
He starts fiddling with IDs. No. And he pulls one out. You drive up. His car is not as fancy, so he has to roll down the window. Large, bulky security guard leans in. ID. Alex thrusts one out. He scans it. Hello, Mr. Turkey. Good to see you coming back through Bellevue. I hope your trip was worthwhile down in California. He goes, yeah, it was. Thank you. Drive on, sir. You know his name's not Turkey. It's just another ID. He's got a lot of them. The guy looks to you as you're kind of like laying back, looking in the car. He kind of looks at you up and down, lets you guys drive by, but he's definitely eyeballing you, the orc, from outside. Maybe he's just eyeballing you because you're another orc, or maybe he's trying to figure out what you're doing laying back down there or something.
Yeah. Could be racial prejudice, could be what the hell is this person doing lying down?
Well. I don't think it's racial prejudice. I think it's more the lines of he's just trying to check out a hot chick. Or look for talismans.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any visible?
And look for what?
Talismans.
No, I don't have any visible.
Magic wands, staves.
Nope.
You drive through the checkpoint, sensing every once in a while, giving Alex directions. Bellevue is a beautiful place. Bellevue is so well manicured and taken care of, even the spirits try to reside here. It's beautiful. The people are happy. The people are beautiful. The spirits are beautiful. The lawns are beautiful. The buildings are manicured. There are places where nature is left to just be groomed by mankind. So there's a little bit of an odd feeling, but it's still much more pleasant than Redmond's. But you're beyond the wall now, so you're separated from Bellevue, from the Redmonds, from the Bellevue wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
You pull up to a gated house, a gated community. Alex rolls down his window and begins fucking with several different cards. After a moment, one of them beeps, and then it asks for a code. He's like, yeah, hang on a minute. He reaches over and grabs his comlink, begins punching it. The comlink bursts into life and begins doing things. These strange little devices, their power over other machines. The gate begins opening. Alex looks at his device. Who the fuck is this? He looks back at you. I know the family who runs this place. They're mafia. Be on your guard.
I always am.
Check to make sure that there's no other mages out here or whatever the hell you need to do. He reaches over to Dash and opens up and pulls out a sawed-off shotgun.
I sort of put it down and say, if it's necessary to use that, I will draw him out.
He gives a nod.
And I'm going to sense 4 successes. Do I sense anything?
You gaze around the area looking for magical enchantments or anything along the lines, or a mage out and about, somebody else astral percepting, other than the normal background things of traffic zipping by, because every once in a while you might see a mage zip by. It's not like it's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anything, but you do see the signature, the trail of the person in question go up to a house at the driveway, and you see that because of the impressions in the astral space, you can see the motorcycle sitting there, and you can see that he has left the area and walked into the house. It's a nice house. It's like a 2-story. Whoever works or whoever lives here has to have a job making at least like 150 to 200,000 new yen a year.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what the best approach is, since I know letting Alex out is not going to end well if this isn't his brother's killer. And I mean,
Yeah.
I totally get the need for revenge, but
So how do you want to approach this? You're sitting outside a mafia house. There's a guy on the inside who killed people earlier today, might have killed Chris, might be part of the mafia. So as far as you know, he is a murderer. Because you've got a lot of things that say yes. Alex is ready.
But other things that say no.
Yes.
There's other evidence that says no.
So what do you want to do?
So I get up and go up and try the door.
All right, so you get out and start walking up to the front door.
Yeah.
John.
Is it locked?
No, it's not locked. John, this place is fucking sweet. But you reached out and Lucky's like, yeah, here, I'm going to send some information to a phone. Here you go. It gave you some directions. This place opened its door for you as you pulled up. You didn't have to do shit. You're in this place. It's clean. It's beautiful. It's quiet. There's nobody here. I mean, it's nice. You're looking around. Lucky, even when you kind of half-heartedly described to him what your issue is. I'm having an issue with people. He said, I got a good place for you. There, the front walkway has a wall that where you walked around it, there's a camera facing it. There's a mirror, so you walk up, there's a mirror. It's not actually a mirror, it's a camera facing the front wall. So, and on the other side, it's a TV showing you who's at the door and stuff. So it's like security. This whole place is designed to be a holdout.
Nice.
So Lucky kind of was empathetic to you. As you're walking around the place, you're, wow, just looking at it. The TV that is hooked to the cameras, because like the bank of TVs, one of them pops on, shows that somebody's walking up to the front door. You haven't even been here for like 10 minutes. And it doesn't look like a pizza delivery person. Robin, describe your character.
Okay, you see a Chinese, fairly young-looking Chinese orc woman. She is dressed in pretty casual clothes, sweatshirt, jeans. She is not visibly carrying any weapons. Left those in the car. Yeah.
It looks like a college kid. An Asian college kid is walking up to the front door.
Yeah. It's like glasses. Can't. You think the eyes might be a light color rather than dark as you'd expect, but.
Okay.
And she's wearing a hooded jacket, sweatshirt, hood's up.
Okay, so I am going to use my street knowledge to see if I can identify any gang paraphernalia, like patches or symbolism or anything like that.
Sure. Radio would like to know your hairstyle. Is it hoodies, hood up hairstyle? Or do you have a hood down and your hair is like in a ponytail or something?
Hood up.
Hood up it is.
But long. Yeah, just by how the hoodie rests, you think it might be hair.
She's saying long
into like
hair.
a bun or
like a
okay.
Put up in a bun.
Excellent.
Robin, do you have any identifying marks on your sweats? Does it say like, some sort of college name on it, or maybe the military or something?
I think it might be you might look again and go. I I think no, there wouldn't be any military or whatever. She's incognito.
So yeah, it's just she's
And
some young woman wearing sweats coming up to the house. Young orc Asian woman.
Okay. Do I need to make my street knowledge roll then?
You can, but it's not gonna. Yeah, go for it. You know what? Let's do this.
I mean, yeah. So obviously,
No
I'm
markings.
concerned that somebody has already found me potentially.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to see if my target, how dangerous they are at the moment. So like yeah. I mean, I won't worry about it. I'm just trying not to be like meta about it
right.
because
No,
I know it's Robin's
dude,
character.
You are super fast about drawing a gun. Is there a gun in your pants?
Oh, like
Yeah.
I mean, if I yeah absolutely.
This is a teenager in sweats. She might be packing a pistol, but you're faster.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen some stuff too. I don't know what anybody is anymore.
That's true. This teenager could be a dragon.
All right, so yeah, right now she's just approaching the door. I'm just gonna wait and see. Maybe she's just leaving a flyer on the handle. I don't know.
That's very true. All right, Robin, you walk up, and what do? Porch light clicks on.
I knock on the door.
Okay. You don't use the doorbell, but you knock on the door. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ignore the knock.
I use the doorbell.
I ignore the doorbell.
Okay, I try the door.
Okay. So they're now attempting breaking and entering. You see she reaches up and she touches the door and checks the knob.
Okay. It doesn't open for her, right?
No.
Oh, good. That'd be really terrible safe house.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
So, is there? I'm not like a super techie guy, but I still have those glasses.
Yeah.
From when Donald was working.
What's that?
Would it be possible for me to like route the security feed into my glasses so that I can keep a watch on the screen while I'm like moving?
You could pick like a screen. Yeah, you could pick a camera to have it feed into it. I'm pretty sure Zoe was playing around and showed you that stuff. Make a logic roll. Plus computers.
Okay.
Do you have computers?
Let's find out. Nope.
All right, make a logic roll.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna default on my logic.
No, it's no default. This is a knowledge-based skill.
Oh, okay. Good, I get all 3 of my dice then.
You get all 3. You just need 1.
Oh, of course I have to have a 0 in there still. Erp. 2 successes!
Two successes. You get it. All right, so yeah, you got your horn-rimmed glasses, and they got a video feed up in them.
Okay, so I'm gonna start moving towards the back of the house so that I can, like, leave and then sneak around the side.
Sure. Robin, you ring the doorbell, you check the knob, no answer.
See, I'm just gonna go for broke and say, "Sir."
Okay.
Yeah, yell, "Sir."
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah, you're
straight
already
to
at
the
the
back
back door.
Yep.
We'll assume that you're at the back door. You probably didn't even hear it. So you slide out the back door. You're moving down the side of the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a stealth roll.
Sure. Robin, you can go ahead and make a perception check.
Only
Yep,
1 success.
Perception.
Well, you didn't glitch.
Perception is intuition plus
Intuition.
perception.
Yep.
All right.
So before she rolls, I'm gonna burn an edge to reroll all my fail. Or not burn an edge, use an edge.
Don't burn an edge on
Sorry.
this.
I will consume an edge.
There you go.
It's okay.
Oh, that's okay. I got 5 successes. I already called it, so I did it.
It's happening. So, John, you open the door, you step out, you begin moving to one side, and then it happens so very quickly. You begin going down the edge of the building. It's dim. You can see, but you didn't see that polyfoam covered pipe sticking out of the wall because it's black on black. And although you got the eyes, you hit it, you tripped, you slid, you grappled, you fought with it a minute, and you basically came around the house, still stuck to the side of the house, thinking, "Oh shit, I just made a fuck ton of noise."
It's like, oh, they heard me. They heard me.
Oh my god, they heard me. And you're sitting there, and you're quiet for a minute, and you hear, because now that you're outside, you hear the woman at the door going, "Sir? Sir?"
Okay, so I'm gonna collect myself, and with my gun in my hand, my hands behind my back, I'll come around the corner. Can I help you?
All right, so Robin, to your left, a gentleman appears. John, describe yourself.
Average height and build, 5'10" 160 pounds of, just normal sized person with his German complexion, blonde hair, blue eyes, and oh gosh, I am dirty probably.
You're fucking dirty, man.
I am so gross. I look like I have been through a hailstorm. There's probably like asphalt, mud up and down the front of my jacket from riding my motorcycle through the rain in the rainy streets. And yeah, displeased expression. Like, who disturbs my slumber? Kind of look.
And any weapons visible. I'll do a perception.
Oh yeah, so right now I'll tell you, Mac, weapon that I have on me is the one in my hand behind my back. So
yeah, well,
he is
3.
standing a peculiar way with a hand behind his back.
Okay, I'm going to put my hands in the hood and finger something there. I know what. I'm not going to say what it is, but
that's
and
okay.
then I say, I need to know what happened to Chris.
Oh,
I'm just going to be. Just put it out.
This Asian orc college student walks up, what happened to Chris? Whoa!
Yeah. Gosh, what's the sense motive in Shadowrun?
I think it's called sense motive. No.
Yes.
No intent.
Judge intent.
Oh, judge intentions. I'm rolling a judge intentions.
See if you can read her body language.
Yeah, be you friend or foe. 2 successes.
She's just being honest.
I think you might get that impression.
Yeah.
It's kind of edgy. At this point in time, you feel that you're not sure why a college kid would be out here in sweats in the rain, bugging you about a dead friend of yours that you left behind, and your mind starts reeling over a shit ton of possibilities. She's Asian, but she doesn't look Tong trained, maybe? And then your mind kind of clicks back. She ain't got no guns on her. Oh shit, she ain't got no guns on her.
Yeah.
You're looking her up and down. She doesn't stand like she's armed.
Yeah. He was killed for helping me.
Judge intentions.
Watch she terribly roll. Gets no success. I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know.
She reads, he helped me, so I killed him.
Yeah, exactly. I have to cover my tracks. I mean, you don't have to roll for this. You can just play through this, but if you want to use the dice, go for it.
Well, I'm just gonna. I sort of give him a look and think about it, and like. Also, remember, I didn't feel any malice
Yes.
at Chris's. And who killed him?
I can't give
I
you a
ask
name.
because his brother wants some answers.
Well, you can tell him that the Tong are responsible for death. I'm not sure whose hand it was done by, but more than one will pay.
And I mean, when you mention the tone, like, whole demeanor changes. Like, she goes from house cat to tiger. And then, like, visibly throttles down. It's like, yes, that makes sense.
So what's it to you?
He was a friend.
Well, I would advise his brother to not go for revenge on his own, if that's what he's looking for.
I will inform him. Pauses. And I am willing to help you.
Why? And I look at you like super questioningly.
I have lost many friends.
I'm going to side in here, and I don't think you would offer your help to him, and I'm not going to.
I say I have my own reason. I have my own.
I wouldn't tell you to not help him. I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but you work for Alex. And although the Tong, you don't like them, Chris is not your job. A level of professionalism kicks in and says that,
Okay.
Because this will be easier for me later on to segue this in, so that you're not like, hey, I want to team up with you.
Yeah. No. Okay. I will tell him. And pause. And I am sorry for your loss. And go over to the waiting car.
Yeah.
And a string of little, actually fairly big beads slips out of the pocket of the hoodie and looks down, tucks them back in, and opens the car door. Shut it.
You relay to Alex everything that he said?
Yes.
John, you watch this car for how long?
Oh, I'm gonna watch it till it leaves.
They sit in there for at least a good 2 to 3 minutes before the car starts to drive off.
Yeah, once it's gone, I'll get back in the house and start familiarizing myself with all the security features.
Sure.
In case anybody else comes by.
The phone goes off, and it's a text message from somebody. You don't know who. The number doesn't pop up, but it's definitely to your phone. A friend of ours said that it will say, hey, the security at the house just saw a car drive up to the house that's not registered. Everything okay? ? A friend of ours is wanting to check up on you. My name is Terry, and I work the security for the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll just message back. Everything's fine here, thank you.
If you need anything, text me at this number. I operate the gates and the cameras on the streets, and I have access to the local KE police, and I can get them there quickly. Enjoy your stay, sir.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not even going to respond back. But I will save the number
Yeah.
because Terry might come in handy.
Terry, the security guard. Robin, you and Alex will take off, and you guys will have a conversation later about what happens and how you guys move forward next. I just think it's good that you're not
You
throwing
don't
yourself
join
out
up too
there
quick.
because that's a bit meta for your character to be like,
Yes.
I want to work with you. It's like, no, that's not how you...
No. Yep. Yeah. Plus, I have my own issues.
Exactly. Yeah, no, this is going to be easy for me to segue and have you guys meet me back up and end up on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This is game. I have to talk to Sarah and apologize for not getting around to her, but we had so much other things going on. People being shot at and houses trying to be blown up and stuff. It was a very action-packed night. 2 karma to everyone. Sarah will even get 3 karma because I didn't even get around to her. Because I feel bad. This is the end of our show. I want to say thank you to our audience for tuning in. And we will be back next Sunday from 6:30 to 10. And then the following Sunday, we won't be here because that's a day off from our schedule. You can find our schedule here on our Twitch channel. You can also keep up with us on our Facebook. Let's see. This is the part where I post stuff about stuff. Yay! Gotta remember to do this. And I don't remember any of the things. I got ready for all of the show except this part. Let's see. What does she normally post?
There's the not the the website, originalboxset.com.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, hang on. I helped make that. I gotta remember.
Oh, I keep grabbing the mouse for the desktop instead of using my
Bam. Copy. Go here. Paste. So there's our website. It has a calendar on it. It's not up to date as well as I'd like it to be, but it will be soon. Earlier today I did a show where I just kind of hang out, chilled, play some video games, and chat about stuff. I will be looking to do that more in the future. I'd like to talk to my audience more about storytelling, story writing, game preparations and stuff. I like input, and I think it was kind of fun. So we can definitely do that again. Let's see what else. Oh, you know what? Just because it's awesome, I will plug my wife's soap company. Let me do that real quick. Here is a link to my wife's soap company. She sells soap, D&D character stylized soap. It's pretty cool stuff. Go check it out. Make an order if you're interested and you like that kind of stuff with frou-frou smelling soaps that are pretty awesome. I personally like Chaotic Evil. It smells delicious. She also goes to conventions locally, so if you are local to the upper panhandle area of Florida, we're at some shows, and tune in and we'll give you some more information about that. So what else do we do? Oh, we're on
the Shattered Isles.
Shattered Isles, yes. Every other Saturday, including this coming up Saturday, we will be over on the Shadowcasters Network, where we will be running the Shattered Isles campaign. It is a home brewed campaign scenario as well as a home brewed system. Come check us out over the Shadowcasters Network, where we moonlight over there every 2 weeks. John plays Kodrog, the Dwarven Warrior, and Paige, a friend of ours from the Shadowcasters Network, plays Thomas, the Marseillan Mage. It's actually kind of a lot of fun. And my wife and I co-GM it. So if you want to see what co-GMing looks like, we've been told we're pretty successful at it. So there's that. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I forget the rest of them. There's a lot of them. We're there with that hip kid stuff these days. You kids with your hip stuff of social medias. No, definitely join us. If you guys are into social media, join us. I think that's about all I've got. John, do you have anything?
Oh yeah, Max, we're switching so that you get Friday nights, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So come join me for some Civ 6 play stuff on Wednesday night. That'll be my regular night now instead of Friday.
Yes, me and John are switching. He's going to be moving to Wednesdays, and I'm going to be taking over Fridays. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Friday slot, but at this point in time, I still want to move to running a horror game, so I have to reach out to Paige and see if she wants to do it, as well as I need to find at least one other person to do it. Friday nights. I need to do that. Friday nights. Anyways, yes. And John does Civ 6. Did you end the Maori?
Yeah, we got our cultural victory Maori with the Maori. So the next game we're gonna be doing Mansa Musa, who's got like a super gold-based economy system rigged up, and we're gonna go for a science victory. So we're gonna be the multi-billion-dollar science Civ. So
Ooh,
come watch us
fun.
be Elon Musk.
That sounds fun. That's GM Cat saying my time is up. So I have to say goodnight. Once again, I thank you all for joining us, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Where's the stop?
Bye.
Did we get any karma?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
two karma.